This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh yeah. Welcome.
Yo, yeah. Election Eve. Motherfucking Election Eve, and we got the all-star, some of the all-star cast here tonight with us. We got the one and only Lucky Low, Mr. Cunny Chris, and also
Devious Dave.
Good evening.
In the fucking house, man. What a night. Ramifications for tomorrow. We're going to talk about all of it tonight. This might be the beginning of a whole new era. Bad or good. We're on the eve of it right now. Yeah, man. There's a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to get on a lot of shit. We'll be hanging out with you guys tonight. And we also want you to cast your own votes tonight. If you look below, it's listed below me. And you can vote for either Joe Biden or Donald Trump here tonight. And at the end of the night, we'll unveil who fucking won it if there's enough votes. And we'll unveil who won, Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Because we're going to go, I'm personally going to come from, listen, this is huge. Tomorrow is huge. Tomorrow is huge for a lot of reasons. Not only for America, but for the whole world. The next 4 years.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember when they were doing that photo shoot with Trump and his family, and he said, "This is the calm before the storm."
Yep.
And to me, this feels like when he said, "There's a storm coming. This is it."
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting.
Well, I got to tell you, man, people were saying that there's bricks already being delivered to certain spots at voting areas and shit like that, I heard, and weird shit like that already.
They don't waste any time.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Several locations throughout the United States already have had people photograph bricks, just like we saw in previous years, left at location sites that were utilized as certain rally points for the Antifa, BLM, Marxist mobs. And there's, it's if the city does it, usually they're locked up, there's a sign, whatever. Nope, this is exactly as we saw in the past.
Well, you know what, Dave? They're going to be throwing bricks at bricks because a lot of buildings, they're boarding them up already and getting prepared for this. So it's, I don't know how much damage is actually going to get done.
Why the bricks, though? I mean, if you're gonna do something,
there are a lot of places boarded up, especially in D.C. and a lot of areas that are just boarded up, ready to go for this. Trump was saying some crazy shit too, and he's been to a ton of rallies in the last 3 days. Like, I mean,
he's going hard.
Oh, this guy, dude! I was watching this guy last night at 12:30 at night.
Yeah, this guy's. Let me tell you something. If anything, this guy hustles, bro. He's out there fucking 24/7 campaigning.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, Ken.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a campaign.
It is. I agree.
You know,
No,
and it's funny that they say this is the soul of the nation. This is a fight for the soul of the nation. You know, but you have a candidate who really can't put sentences together, and it's like this is the best they could come up with.
Well, we're
It's
gonna.
sad.
I
Trump
put
has
together.
literally been campaigning for the last 4 years.
Yeah, he
and
has.
unlike, say, Obama
Yes.
or Clinton, who did get a second, the second term was almost secured by the what they did during the first term, that they could have done anything, and they didn't do the number of rallies that Trump is doing. And Trump literally can get by with 4 hours of sleep at night.
Yeah, he says he sleeps
Guy's
4
a
hours.
beast.
Yeah.
He could probably get away with
off,
less.
Drug 'em up.
Dude, in the background, right? I have it on mute, obviously. He's in Kenosha right now.
Yeah.
You got to see the crowd. There's 29,000 people in Kenosha right now.
Wow.
Shannon right
Watch
now is in
this guy.
Kenosha. No, I'm just kidding. Shannon's going to be joining us very soon on the show. She's going to be coming on soon.
Nice.
Filthy, he bailed tonight. He's got to be up early and all this shit, but we might hear from him tomorrow because I'm going to be on tomorrow, maybe during the day or like at some point at night. We're probably not going to find out who's president tomorrow.
Definitely not.
You know, I would think we're not going to, you know.
Well, listen, I
Not unless he
think
blows them
that-
away, you know.
Well, I was just about to say it's going to go one of two ways. One, we're going to know X amount of. I think maybe we might find out a few, maybe 2 or 3 swing states, and I think knowing that tomorrow is going to tell us, you know, where this election's going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe we'll have a gauge on what's going on, but we're gonna go into predictions later on where we think what's gonna happen. By the end of the show, all of us will get our predictions in on what we feel is gonna be the, which road it's gonna take. The next, tomorrow and the next couple of months leading up to Inauguration Day. Because don't forget, fucking Nancy Pelosi made a remark a couple of times about, if we have to, we'll inaugurate our president in Texas or something. We don't need to be on the White House to put him in. And I was like, what? And she really said that shit. Like, these people are really planning, no matter if he wins or loses tomorrow, they're planning on taking this election, period.
Well, let's be honest.
She's sick, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
listen,
sick.
guys.
They're sick people.
Trump, he's a great candidate, but he has a lot of flaws himself.
Oh, yeah,
There's a lot
big
of
time.
red flags.
Big time, yeah.
And so that's the thing. The thing is, what really got me was, and I'm independent, but when they went after Trump since day one, and they tried to impeach him, and they kept going after him continuously, with the Russia collusion, saying he was working with all these different countries, making money off of them.
Yeah.
They were really talking about Joe Biden the whole time, and that's what flipped me.
Well, listen. The biggest thing a narcissist does, which that's what the whole Democratic Party is deflect. So
Exactly.
Yeah, basically. That's what they've been doing for a while.
let's deflect what Biden really is. Let's put it on Trump and fucking try to ruin his name. Problem is, it didn't work. Listen, at the end of the day, and I agree with you, Lucky, when you say the guy's not perfect, but at the same time, he's a non-politician. This guy has had the lowest unemployment numbers. This guy has had the fucking most booming economy in the last fucking 20 fucking years. He's securing peace in the Middle fucking East. Which I don't think any.
That's a big achievement.
Yo, you know what? I got you. You are right.
Talk about
dude.
That.
No, you are right, and that doesn't get spoken about at all. It's like this is like the most peaceful it's been with the Middle East in a long time that I can remember, man. Like,
well, you see, this is where you really get news from, though. You get news from alternative news.
They would be reporting
channels
that
on YouTube.
If Trump wasn't the president, they would be reporting shit like that.
I'm sorry, guys, but the thing is that we've reached a point that the demoralization process of Marxist infiltration that Yuri Bezmenov spoke about is here. You can literally show people facts. Just today, I believe Steven Crowder showed a video he had a video where
I love
he
Steven
talks
Crowder.
to people who think that Trump is a racist, that he never disavowed white supremacists or David Duke, whatever. So
wait, Dave, hold up, Dave.
Dave,
hold up.
to them. And eventually what
Dave.
happens is he asked, would you agree with him if he
Showing
did
a little
disavow?
love to FM
So like, yeah, I guess I
baby.
would. So he ends
What up,
showing
Ronald
them.
Booth? Shout out to Ronald Booth.
Oh, hold up, Dave.
That's all right. It's over. Ronald Booth, shout out to you. Go ahead, Dave.
He ends up showing them a 9-minute clip of Trump literally being asked time and time and time again to disavow David Duke, white supremacy, white nationalism.
I know.
Blah, blah, blah.
Meanwhile,
Because,
Biden was
you know,
fucking hanging out with all those guys.
They take the there are fine people on both sides clip out of context when he was saying, of course there was Nazis there, and I'm not going to support Nazis and stuff, but there were other people. There were literally, you know, decent people on both sides. But they always take that context, that clip out of context. And
well, I love when Biden says, I love when Biden goes, he doesn't even, I don't think he even realizes what he's doing illegal. And I'm like, what is he doing illegal? Wouldn't you guys have him impeached if he did shit illegally?
Well, no, I totally agree
what is he
with what
doing
Dave
illegal?
is saying, though. I understand where he's coming from because it's where they say orange man bad.
Yeah,
so basically,
I get that shit too, bro. But Biden was back in fucking
24/7.
Dude, Biden was hanging out with racist people his whole beginning of his career. You know, it's like.
Right, but I'm talking about like in the media. Like all you hear about on a daily basis is just things about, you know, Trump did this, Trump said this.
Oh, yeah, and that's all you're going to hear. You ain't hearing anything else.
Right, it gets to the point where it's just like, you know, it's too much.
Yeah, you're not hearing it.
When
it's
Obama was in, they did not
but see, the
treat
thing
Obama
is,
the same way.
But the thing is, this happened now. It's going to happen all the time now. Now we realize as Americans that the fucking media controls who they want us to vote for. Basically, they throw the people like for instance, Bill Clinton in the 90s when he ran, it was like he was running up against a guy who was in the White House for fucking 8 years with Ronald Reagan, and he beat him like easily and handily, and it was because the media's fucking love for him, and there's like this whole big thing that they have with him. They always gave him like great press and like all this, and then they would do all this negative shit about fucking, you know, what's his name, Bush at the time in the 90s, early 90s. And it was like, you know, it was a little biased then, but we really didn't notice it because it was like, oh, the media's in love with this guy.
You're talking about Senior.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the media was in love with fucking Clinton back then, and it was like, it was biased, and it was like all good news for Clinton, all bad news for Bush. And I'm not that I like Bush or anything. I'm just saying that's how it was. But we didn't notice that as Americans back then, that we were being kind of pushed into a candidate. You know what I mean?
If you have time to do the research.
Well, some people did not like now.
Like Janet Reno.
Not like now, I'll tell you that.
She was doing some really bad things. Yeah, compared to now, the information just disseminates much more quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's much easier to look into the backgrounds of a lot of these people or to actually figure out what stocks they might be invested in and how they could be making money from a clear conflict of interest.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen, mention...
all I got to say is Biden made like $18 million when he was vice president. So.
That's what I was just going to get on. Not to mention all the illegal shit that we know Biden was connected to.
Touch my macaronis again.
You know what I mean?
We got another Steve Nichols. Macaronis one
Steve
more
Nickel
time.
chunks, baby.
Touch my macaroni. You touch my fucking macaroni. I tell you one more fucking time. Touch my fucking macaroni.
Joe Biden is a liver-spotted, racist, demented old man.
He is.
I honestly feel bad for him.
I know.
What people fail to realize is Harris is the candidate. Biden is just the Trojan horse.
Oh, yeah, that's definite.
He won't last 12 months.
I think that people notice it now, though. I honestly do. I think people don't notice it now, Steven. I think they're noticing now that Harris is really in charge. I mean, for Christ's sake, Biden told you that shit. You know what I mean? Girdles, man. Bullfrog, what do you want? Trump is going to win it all. I talked to Trump. Make America great again. I got my bed ready, Ken. Gamer, eat my ass. Dying. Balls off.
Trump is gonna win it all. I talked to Trump, make America great again. I got my bed ready, Ken. Frog. Gamer, eat my ass.
Gamer, eat his ass. Listen, Frog, your bed's ready for what? For me to fucking punch you in the mouth and throw you into it? Listen, Steve, the donation before that, I think more people are noticing, more black people are noticing that the Democratic Party in a whole is a sham. And they've been fucking with them for a long time.
Well, today, listen, I've had interactions with both sides. So with doing the work I do, you know, I come across a lot of different people, and everyone's really political these days, right? And I don't say shit until someone says something to me.
Same thing here.
And if they're
I'm the same way.
Yeah, if they're a Biden supporter, I'll go, yeah, whatever. I won't be a dick or
no.
I'm
not
like
a dick either. No, I respect people's, what the shit is.
I've been on both sides, so I've had African customers that are like super fucking pro-Trump. Like,
you just call a motherfucker African? What the fuck wrong with you, man?
I just call the brother African.
I know you're like, I got Africans. I got Africans. They talk to me.
What am I supposed to call? Black? African?
Yeah, they're black. We're white. They're black. I mean, they're not really black.
They're from Africa.
They're not really black, but
African American. That's what. That's
I don't think people like being called
from the Congo.
Honestly, I don't think
like a bad word.
No, it's not a bad term. I don't think it's a bad term, but I feel like the black people I know more or less would like to be called black instead of like African American or African or and we rather
black.
Yeah, I don't really care. I mean,
blacks.
whatever. The whites, the blacks, the grays, the greens, whatever. Go ahead.
Right. Now I'm losing my train of fucking.
Go ahead. You work with them. You get the feel.
People,
you got the
you meet
feel.
A lot of pro,
you got the feel.
I've met some blacks that were very pro-Trump, and I've met blacks that are very
I have to emphasize it.
Super, Biden. So I've been around both sides of them, but the one guy, this guy that I ended up talking to about politics for like an hour, he voted for Hillary in 2016.
Well, I've noticed a pattern, regardless of ethnicity. I've noticed that a lot of people that still remain watching, the mainstream media, there's a lot of brainwashing. So you have it where it doesn't really matter what they are, whether they're white, black, yellow, green. It doesn't really matter. It's mostly these people that still believe everything they hear.
Yeah.
Well, just a couple of facts that came out just today, I believe. Number one, it looks like Trump's support from black males has risen to close to 50%.
Yeah, I saw that.
African males.
I saw that.
Got blacks. And the most common name of a woman that would vote for Joe Biden is, ladies and gentlemen,
Karen. No.
Exactly.
Wow.
They actually ran a fucking a poll.
That is great. Well, listen, I want to play this for you guys real quick. We'll listen to this. This is from the year in review, the run to tomorrow, the grab for the White House, all the bullshit that has happened in the last year or so that we've found out that Biden has been the Democrats' nominee to run for president. And I want to play this for you guys, and it's a little walk down history.
Let's do it.
It's a history thing. You know what I mean? All right.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn out, all right? I'll show you some history, cocksucker. All right? I'll make you an offer you can't refuse, cocksucker. You like that, right, Chris? I heard you giggle a little.
I'm going to show you some history.
You fucking giggle.
All right, let's play this, all right? Here it is.
In the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, you're going to beat the hell out of him, right? You're going to fucking...
In the gym and beat the hell out of him. I believe that the president is literally an existential threat to America.
Joe Biden is a dummy.
I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take you behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
I made this.
But Biden and his son are stone cold crooked, and you know it.
This is the guy that's unhinged. He is unhinged. I worry about what he's going to do, not about me or my family. I worried about what he'll do in the next year in the presidency.
We call him 1% Biden. Until Obama took him off the trash heap, he couldn't do anything. Now he's talking about right. Tough guy. He's a tough guy.
It's either he is so stupid that he doesn't understand. No, it's possible. It's possible he doesn't understand the damage he's doing.
Well, I heard Biden, who's a loser. I mean, look, Joe never got more than 1%, except Obama took him off the trash heap, and now it looks like he's failing.
He's like a child who can't believe this has happened to him. All his whining and self-pity.
Oh, Sleepy Joe. Well, he's running tomorrow. No, but could you imagine if I said just a small fraction of the mistakes he makes, which are unbelievable, every speech?
All this talk of the president about corruption comes from the most corrupt president we've had in modern history. He's the definition of corruption.
Look, Biden and his son are stone cold crooked, and you know it.
I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
It's to take me to the back of the barn. Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that.
Fool. An absolute fool to talk that way.
He's a real genius. I want to challenge him to a fight behind the barn. Oh, would I love that. Wouldn't that be good?
This man has walked away from our allies, embraced dictators and thugs. He's taken us on to the brink of war in Iran. His America First policy has made America alone policy.
Yeah, that was
his
Trump.
Entire presidency has been a gift to Putin.
Now, I have to tell you, he's a different guy. He looks different than he used to. He acts different than he used to.
He's a mummy.
He's even slower than he used to be.
Let's focus on the problem. Focus on this man, what he's doing, that no president has ever done. No president.
Here's where it
Joe
gets
Biden
really
is
heated.
A dummy. Joe Biden thought China was not a competitor.
This guy, like all bullies, is a coward. He does not want to.
Oh, we gotta pause her up. Tommy's throw up.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's always on my mind. Oh, I want to fuck me up some cops. They caught me. King, it's Kane. King, it's Kane. It's Kane. Cerebral palsy.
I taste like ham. No. Chicken. Go Joe Jorgensen, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Run against me. That's what this is about.
No, I'd rather run against, I think, Biden than anybody. I think he's the weakest mentally. And I like running against people that are weak mentally. I think Joe is the weakest up here.
You run for president. There's been a lot of questions about your schedule and that it's been a little lighter than some of the other candidates.
Look at him and look at me and answer the question.
You answer the question. What do you please answer the question?
It's self-evident. You know it's a ridiculous assertion on his part.
Well, Kim Jong-un made a statement that Joe Biden is a low IQ individual. He probably is, based on his record.
Is it incompetence? Corruption? Trump was out there tweeting again this morning. I call him President Tweety.
Joe Biden is a helpless puppet of the radical left.
The president held up the Bible at St. John's Church yesterday. I just wish he opened it once in a while, instead of brandishing it.
Welcome to the world, Joe. You having a good time, Joe?
Look, Trump's ideas are not only profoundly wrong, they're very dangerous and they're very un-American.
I said, General, come here, give me a kiss. I felt like Joe Biden.
This guy is far beyond a bad character with women. That's enough to disqualify him.
And then there's sleepy Joe Biden, who's dumb as a rock. This guy was dumb on his best day.
He's a joke.
Joe Biden was a disaster, so I'm not a fan.
4 years of Donald Trump will be viewed as an aberration in American history. 8 years will fundamentally change who we are as a nation.
5 months from now, we're going to defeat Sleepy Joe Biden.
They know, even the people who support him know this man lacks character. Even the people who support him know he lies constantly.
Like, we need help to beat Sleepy Joe Biden? I don't think so.
And I'm going to go out and I'm going to beat him on the merits. Thank you.
Look, Joe Biden ran 3 times. He never got more than 1%. And President Obama took him out of the garbage heap, and everybody was shocked that he did. I'd love to have it be Biden.
There you go.
The fact that people are willing to say, "Oh well, they've both got their character flaws," it just goes to show how stupid or how ignorant.
Yeah, well, one character flaw is a dude who sniffs fucking women and little kids and fucking makes corrupt deals overseas and has it all covered up with the FBI.
Look at how he kisses his granddaughter. Look at the cases of incest that are coming out from the Hunter Biden
He is pretty creepy like that, man.
This is how Joe Biden votes. He votes. He don't vote like normal people. You got to remember, he's like really old, right? So he votes in a certain way, and he's going to be voting tomorrow, right? He didn't vote yet, I don't think. And this is how he votes.
What the fuck is that?
He sits in his room and he does Morse code, and then they put it in as a vote.
But here's what people need to understand is Trump said some things that hurt your pussy feelings. The other piece of shit committed treason knowingly and signed off on spying on a presidential candidate.
And then put it on
and
fucking
conducted
air.
multiple instances of treason by dealing with the Chinese, the Ukraine, Russia and other countries, Iran, for example. Treason. So, Orange Man hurt your feelings. I guess that's more important than your fucking country being destroyed from within.
Joe Biden,
I gotta agree.
How do you feel about that, Biden? All you can do is listen, you're right about that because it pales in comparison. It's just the fact that people hate fucking Trump, and it's like, it's Trump derangement syndrome with a lot of people, because if you go up to them on the street and you hit them with a, why do you hate Donald Trump? They'll probably, like 9 times out of 10, they'll say he's racist or, he's corrupted. And then you ask them, okay, well, how is he racist? And they can't even really answer that.
Yeah, just one example. Nothing.
Can't even answer it, really, a lot of people.
I got into that argument in a DM with this fucking cunt that I went to high school with. And, and she was basically saying the same shit. And they always throw the racist card. And I asked her, I said, okay, give me one instance where he was racist. And she brought up some shit that didn't even make sense, right? And then she said something about, well, he blah 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 blah. I'm like, give me one instance where Trump negatively affected your life in the last 4 years.
So Chris, how is he racist with this new platinum plan and all these rappers endorsing him now?
Because he's only racist because everyone's television tells him that them that he's racist.
So what happened with the cunt? Did her head explode?
I ended up blocking her because listen. I don't care who you vote for, but if you're gonna get into a political battle with me or a discussion with me, I'll probably end up blocking you because I can't talk to liberals about it. I just can't. Our views are too different. It's not even. You don't even have the problem with liberals. You don't even have political views. You have TV views. You have media views.
They have talking points.
You don't even have real political views. You don't know what it's like being political and being for something. The only thing you're for, most of you, is for what your television tells you. Or what fucking that faggot from CNN tells you.
No, I don't think that's true. I think most of us are like, not that I'm saying most of us are on, watching Fox and are on Donald Trump's side. I feel like most Americans, and there are a good majority of them that aren't, but most Americans know what the fuck's going on now because it's so out there and open. Like for instance, me and Lucky Lowe made a bet 2 years ago about this whole child ring thing. When he first brought that up to me, I knew about it, but it was very, very below the radar on a lot of shit. It wasn't on the internet. It wasn't really talked about much. I knew about it from doing research. He knew about it from research. And today, if you look at today, as opposed to when we first made this bet, man, it is night and day what they are putting out there now on the internet, mostly on the internet.
And you make a good point, Ken, because of the fact that, for example, the walk away movement started with an individual who was a former Democrat and started to realize the hypocrisy. And I believe he was this gay white guy. And he started the walk away movement. Twitter started blocking him. He started getting shit from people on the left, including Democrats. And eventually he got depersoned on, social media.
Yeah. Well, you were speaking about Crowder before. And Crowder, listen, if you go watch his interviews that he does in the street with people, Change My Mind and all this shit that he does, he gives people an opportunity to prove him wrong. And literally, it's like 9 times out of 10 when he talks to people, they say he's either racist or he's corrupted. And then he asks them a question and they always bring up the same shit. Like you said, Chris, it's always like the same little target point story, No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it's like anybody in their right mind would realize what Joe Biden said to what's his name being interviewed about how you ain't black unless you vote for me is more racist than anything that Trump has ever fucking said publicly.
Oh, he has a ton of fucking what's that word I'm looking for? Like indirect little.
Yeah, man. There's so many of them. There's so fucking many of them. It's not even funny.
Listen, just the fact that the Democrats think they own, and I'm going to use that word "own" the black vote is racist.
They do think that. That is true. That's terrible. Let me say, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this goes back to what I was saying, full circle here with Crowder's, that he showed them literally a 9-minute clip of Trump disavowing white supremacy for the last 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, Doug, after that, Dave, he's done it on record like 47 times.
I know, and that's the thing though. But the thing is though, initially he approached these people and said, do you think that Trump should be disavowing, white supremacy, blah blah blah. All these people, he's, blah blah blah, terrible. So he shows them, and then he asked them, would you change your mind if he ever, at all, at some point, disavowed that? He's like, well, it depends on the context. Everyone basically said that. So he showed them the video of 9 minutes of basically through the last 4 years of Trump disavowing. I think in every single case, I think it was 5 people who showed it to on the video. In every single case where he showed them that video and then he said, does that change your mind now? Each one of them said no.
No, exactly, because they don't want their mind changed. That's what it is.
It's part of the demoralization process that this Yuri Bezmenov talked about, and now it's being featured in that Cold War game,
Dave,
Call of Duty Cold War.
Well, Dave, not only that, it's like it goes back to like what we said years ago, like what people started saying years ago about the whole, you could show people proof of, like, definitive proof right in front of their face, and they don't give a fuck. They'll even look past the proof and the evidence, and they'll just keep believing what they want to believe. Yeah, and I just want to remind everybody, I worked hard on the 2 fucking donations. Somebody please hit those off. Make a vote for either Donald Trump or Joe Biden and gauge us tonight on so I could tell you who won at the end of the night. I don't know. Even if we get 3 or 4 of them, so we have somebody to win. They're listed below. I worked on a couple of new ones.
Basically, anyone who's voting for Trump is paying from their own money, and anyone who's paying for Biden basically is taking that money from the government.
But let me ask you this. You see, what is our community? Are we like more Trump supporters in our community? Are there more Biden people in our community? What is the fucking deal with that?
I think the community is fairly liberal, but they're not dumb enough to fucking follow Biden.
Like everybody who listens to this channel and listens to us. Plus, they got to be more of like Trump people, don't you think? I mean, I know there's a couple of
because
Biden
at least
people.
Because of the heel aspect, the wrestling.
Well, I know there's a couple of Biden people. I know of a couple of Biden people, but I don't think there's many of them. To be honest, I really don't.
You've got Karen.
It's not that really like Trump is that amazing. It's, to me, I feel like I'm picking the lesser of 2 evils.
Exactly. And on top of that, the guy's not a career politician. He's already done a fair bit. I mean,
wait. You just said that, Lucky Low?
It's so easy to choose him.
Did Lucky Low just say that?
Yeah.
So wait, you feel like you're picking from the lesser of 2 evils?
I'm basically picking the lesser of 2 evils.
Well, I'm surprised, dude. Wow,
man. You have to understand,
dude. I am shocked.
Trump, he does have a track record.
Dude, I'm shocked you said that because
I'm not saying.
I'm just shocked.
Dude, he's done so much.
What changed you, dude? But what changed you because you were a Trump guy?
No, I'm still a Trump guy. What I'm saying is, I have to be a critic of him, though. I have to actually look at the things he's done. It's the same thing when they say, "Where's his taxes?" If he wanted to reduce the taxes, he could.
Well, Ken, Lucky is right. It's because a true supporter, not a mindless supporter, but a true supporter of somebody holds their feet to the fire, holds them accountable, and is open on criticizing them
I agree with that.
Because they were voted on a certain platform, and they have to be held accountable.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Everybody should be held accountable. I don't give a fuck if your name is Donald Trump or Emperor Trump.
I think that's one of the biggest issues, is that a lot of people just follow what other people do instead of thinking for themselves and actually being, and criticizing and looking at all the facts. And, Dave does a lot of research.
You can be on the Trump train and not be in like a cult of personality. You're not.
See, that's me. That's me. That's me.
God Emperor.
Well, see,
you're like,
Dave,
that's like QAnon.
Dave, that's me, bro. Because I feel like sometimes I have people around me that are Trump fucking like, we'll fucking kill for Trump, man. And I'm like, dude, I like Trump in certain ways too, but like, I'm not ready to go to war for Donald fucking Trump, okay? I grew up around Donald Trump. I know.
Well, good for you, know what I mean? Like, basically stop wars.
Well, listen, I'm not ready to fucking kill people and fucking, ruin my life for Donald Trump and the presidency of the United States.
I'm not for Donald Trump, but all these people tearing down the streets that are fucking calling the police.
Well, that I don't like. Shit. Yeah, I get
those
that.
people. I got no problem loading up and going to war with them.
I get you. I get that. I get that.
I got no problem. And if that does happen, I will be right on that fucking front line. I don't give a shit. I will fucking gladly. I don't even want to say anything.
Let me ask you this. All right, let me ask you guys this then. Let me gauge this because this is what I want to ask you guys this and see what you say. If Trump looks like he wins this election tomorrow night, and it looks like early, say tomorrow night, at about 5 o'clock Eastern time, it looks like Trump might have it locked up, right? And then
you're not going to know at 5 o'clock.
Well, no. Listen, I'm just saying. 11, you might, 12. But I'm saying you never know. You might be getting some feedback early, like, yo, it's starting to look like a blowout. Because you could hear that. Like, yo, it's starting to look like a blowout. Trump's got these states and blah, blah, blah.
Usually hear that around
7, 8.
7,
yeah,
8,
I get you.
9.
All right, so whatever fucking time. If you hear tomorrow that Trump was basically, they're saying he's winning the election. It looks like he's going to win the election. He's winning a lot of states. He's kicking ass, whatever. Hold on one second. Let me remember this thought.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's always on my mind. Oh, I want to fuck me up some cops. They caught me. King, it's Kane. King, it's Kane. It's Kane.
What's up, man?
Ooh.
Aru, what's up, baby?
I voted for Filthy, seriously I did. And Ken's cock for vice president.
Hey, all right. I'll take that spot. My cock spot. Thank you, Aru. I would vote for Filthy. He'd probably make a better president than Biden, I'll tell you that. All right, so listen. It looks like he's winning. It looks like, okay, man, Trump might have this. Early on, we're looking at this, whatever time it may be. Hey, it looks like Trump might get this. And then all of a sudden, 12 o'clock at night, nothing comes down yet. No one claims it. And all of a sudden, Trump comes out and he claims it. He basically tells everybody, I won. I could tell we won, blah, blah, blah. We came out and claimed it, right? And then say the next day or a week later or 2 weeks later, they come out and say, nope, you didn't win. Joe Biden won now. And then all of a sudden, they legally say, okay, well, Joe Biden won. He won the election. And then Trump comes out. Well, listen, but listen,
would be illegal.
But listen, Trump comes out and says, hey, this is bullshit. I won the election and they're taking it away from me. You guys as Americans need to do something about this or else they're going to take me out of the White House by force. What do we do then? What happens? What do you guys do then?
Well, listen. I don't think.
You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think that's going to happen, Chris?
No, I don't.
No, all right.
I mean, if anything's going to happen, he's gonna go to court over it. You know what I mean? He already has a team of lawyers.
Okay, so say we come down, we go to court, and the court fucks him.
Well, I mean, listen. I don't mean to sound like a conservative here, but if it goes to Supreme Court, it ain't happening.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not happening.
Look at the numbers.
It ain't happening.
You don't even
now.
have to make this conversation long.
Yeah, it's not happening. Definitely not happening, without a doubt. I agree.
The court's not fucking him out. So.
No, they're not.
Listen, they had a better chance with Bernie in. They should have let Bernie run against Trump, and it would have been a lot more interesting. It would have been a lot of a better debate.
No, I don't think so. And I listen. As much as
you'd be surprised,
he had more of a fanatic. He had more of a fanatic following. He had more of a fanatic following. He had more of a bigger following.
The chick that you're dancing with all night, and then you fuck her, and the fuck was like, eh. You know what I mean?
He had listen. First of all, he had
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders had a bigger following and a more of a rowdier group than Biden does. I'll tell you that for sure.
Definitely.
He had all these younger crowd.
Yeah, he did. He would have had all these colleges going to fuck nuts for him right now.
Problem is there are more mid-age and older people that are Democrats that would vote for sleepy old, good old corn pop Joe than they would for, I want to ban everything Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I totally see what you're saying, but I think the thing is, too, a lot of people are at the point where they're tired of these, politicians lying every time they get in. They say they're going to do all these things and they never
Trump
deliver.
Hasn't, and listen, I voted for the guy.
I'm not saying he hasn't.
Aside from a handful of things, biggest one is healthcare. Maybe a couple other things. I mean, listen, the guy pretty much almost did everything that he said he was going to do.
He lowered drug prices recently.
And they're going to even get lower in January when there's the favored nations bill that gets passed.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's doing that, yeah, which I guess you can associate that with healthcare, but I'm talking about a whole healthcare plan. And
that's been difficult to undo.
Right, it is.
You can't snap your finger and fix
what
Obama did.
I just wish that he would, and not for me. I'm not saying for me because I don't care, regardless. What I'm saying is to maybe attract more voters, I wish he would have came out with some sort of visual, readable, literature on his plan for healthcare, because he talks about it a lot, but he never says anything aside from that. So, but me, I don't. That's the least of my worries. He's done pretty much everything that I voted him for. He lowered my taxes. So,
well, let me ask you guys a question. As far as the Electoral College, do you guys feel that they should get rid of that system?
No, I think that it's set up.
If that was the case, then California and New York would decide everything.
Yeah, not only that, more shit would happen, even worse than that, because
you need the Electoral College.
Yes, because there's areas that will never be represented because there's less people.
Exactly. And notice the Democrats want to get rid of it only when it doesn't benefit them. But when it does benefit them, of course we want to keep it.
Yeah.
Just like packing the court.
Yeah.
They've been wanting to get rid of it since 16 when Hillary won the popular vote but lost the Electoral College. But the only reason
she didn't win. I've got the stats somewhere. I can't seem to find the file, but Trump won both in a landslide.
All right, whatever. Let's just say for argument's sake, that he didn't. Her popular vote, whether it was 1 million more people, 2, 3 million, 5 million, came from California, New York. You know what I mean? Where heavily populated.
Yeah.
And again, what does somebody living in New York know about what goes on in, say, Idaho, or somebody in California know what goes on?
Listen,
and that's why we have the Electoral College, because reasons just like that, man. They were smart when they fucking put that in there. You know what I mean? Because it evens the playing field for a lot of people, and you can't get rid of it. And if you do, you can corner the market in the elections then. And it's already rigged enough that people are fucking with it. We get rid of that and we're really fucked,
Right. A lot of people, too, that are just getting into politics recently, because a lot of people weren't into it. Now it's so crucial that a lot of people have their eyes on it.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that these people were in these positions for years and years. They make the laws and they abuse the laws. That's the problem.
Here's the best part.
Oh my God, Steve!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I'm playing.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm a nerd.
Oh my God!
You have no idea.
Here's the best part. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm playing Diablo.
Tulsi Gabbard is the only Dem who should switch to a Republican.
Yes.
I would have voted for.
I agree.
Trump should have brought her in, and better still, bring her into his next cabinet. Trump prevented new wars and got us out of older wars.
He did, man.
He brought more peace.
He did. I gotta agree, man. I mean, listen, love him, I hate him. Love him, I hate him.
Yeah, she was a little.
That's the chick who was isn't that the chick who's an army veteran?
Yeah.
Tulsi, yeah.
Yeah, she's good, man. She's good looking.
Yeah,
she's smart.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She's been photographed with it was a cell of
no, Dave.
one of these environmental
she's hot, damn it.
terrorist groups. And she supports she does support disengagement with wars, but she does have connection to other globalist organizations, and she's concerning, but at least the way that she was treated by the rest of the Democrats kind of goes to show that
she's probably
she's upsetting them. Clearly, she's onto something.
She's a hell of a fuck, I'll tell you that. She'll fuck the shit out of you.
And Trump said he was willing to work with her, and she said she was willing to work with him, unlike everyone else.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Unlike
everyone
else.
What? Wandi said in the chat, he brought peace in the Middle East, and I definitely agree. Anyone that could bring North Korea and South Korea together,
because
make peace in the Middle East.
He's in the Middle East in a cave right now.
Yeah, he's out of business now at Wandi. He's got no more business to run.
Yo, did you guys see me putting Bullfrog to sleep?
What's that?
Did you guys see me putting Bullfrog to sleep the other night on the show with the fucking music and the fucking? I was playing like a violin, and I was playing a violin, and he was just sitting there starting to like really nod off, and then I started talking like the devil. Oh, it was so funny, man.
That clip should have ended with a pillow going over his
Oh shit. But yeah, so why now answer me this, because this is another question.
Oh yeah, 5 countries that he made peace with, Trump, in the Middle East.
Wow.
Yeah, man, he did some shit, man.
That he got to work on a treaty, like
honest to God, we have not seen like this type of peace in the Middle East in a long time, man. All right, and it's a very nice fucking change from what it normally is. And every president that has gone to war.
And the soldiers are coming home as well.
Yeah, it's very nice for that. And you know what? Yep. A lot of people would be happy about that if it wasn't Donald Trump. The shit that he's done as president, all these people in America would love it if it wasn't Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And if they would just admit it, a lot of these people,
yeah, but
they just hate him because they don't like him.
Trump did The Apprentice, right? He knows all these celebrities and stuff. And as soon as he got in, a lot of them turned their backs on him.
Oh yeah.
And then you have these celebrities saying that they're going to move.
Oh, I love that. I know. And they're saying it again. They're saying it again now. They're saying it again now. All these celebrities that said they were going to move there was tons of them. There was so many of them, you know?
Go ahead, leave.
Yeah, fucking let them leave. But they won't. That's the fucking thing. They won't do it, though. They won't do it.
I'm now adding one more thing to the things that I hate the most in life. All right?
What?
One of them is digging, right? Even though I fucking dig pools, which is ironic. One of them is raking up leaves.
Yeah.
And I forget what the third is.
And I like doing both of those right there, digging and raking leaves. I don't mind doing either of them.
The third thing I'm into it is a celebrity that tries to preach what the normal working person should believe.
Yes.
Or
they should have no say.
I am sorry, but you're like, I hate when people say, "Oh, well, you have such a big voice." Yeah, first of all, that's unfortunately how our society works. But they shouldn't. They are the furthest thing that you should be listening to. They are the furthest out of touch with reality.
Right. If people don't think that they sell themselves out and they sway their own fan base to be biased,
listen,
like you're crazy.
And you're also literally following the word of someone who pretends to be someone else.
Yeah, I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
TV show.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep.
For a living,
Didn't they just have like a concert for?
You're listening to a liar. You're listening to a professional liar.
You're a fake person for a living. You know what I mean? So, I hate when people say, "Oh, like with the whole I almost had listen, I love South Park and they make humor on both everything, but. The commercials that they've been running with that fucking annoying fucking whatever her name is, like they're all naked, you could vote home from naked. You could vote from home naked. And I'm just like, this is disgusting because people watch this and they go, oh my God, you see the commercial, and then I'm sure there was at least 10,000 people that saw that commercial and voted from home naked and go, oh, hey, honey, look, we're doing
but see, why can't we all have, even if people don't agree and they don't want to vote for Trump, which is fine, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but why does there have to be violence? Why does there have to be, even the people that riot and are being bought out, who knows what
Lucky
they're making?
Low.
Maybe they make $20 a day.
Yo, Lucky Low, they're threatening already to do that. I heard people in interviews saying, if Trump wins tomorrow...
Are you back? I'm gonna go smoke a bud.
Yeah, we're looting and rioting.
These are domestic
Wait, Chris, I wanted you to see this real quick.
Well, all right, go ahead.
Look, this is from Saturday night. I got to show you guys this. Look, hold on.
What, did Bullfrog come on after I left?
Now I lay me down to sleep. Bullfrog, your soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord Bullfrog's soul you'll take. I don't wanna wake up falling asleep. I'm falling asleep.
Look, watch this next part. I love it.
My eyes are getting heavy. My eyes are heavy. And I'm slipping into a coma. I'm slipping into a deep, deep sleep. And when I'm finally asleep and my eyes are fully closed, I will dream of cocks in my mouth and dicks in my ass. Well, they're really the same thing, cocks and dicks. But I'm falling asleep really, really hard. I'm just out cold. I am slipping into
Look at that nose.
State.
He's such a fat faggot.
Look at him, look.
From any of the bullshit.
The lockdown.
I'm in a lockdown in my house with frozen food.
Frozen food and locked.
Did you hear the news?
And I have lots of drinks, lots of Coca-Colas. I'm going to be dreaming of Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, was it?
Dreaming of Sprite and Mountain Dew.
Sprite.
And I love Cherry Coke and Dr. Pepper.
Lockdown.
In the Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew.
I can't wait till COVID.
It looks like MODOK.
Yo. At one time, I start acting like it's the devil and the angel on his shoulder.
Do you see?
Oh, that's
do you
great.
see his nose hair? Everywhere?
I really am a retard.
Watch this.
I think he's having an orgasm on TV.
Now that bullfrog is fully asleep, we will commence.
Everyone, just be quiet. He's sleeping.
Oh my God! I think Drew came over. Oh no! I think Drew put some sleep dust in his eyes. Yes, I think.
Lullaby.
Hey, hold on. We're really gonna put Bullfrog out right now.
He's very sleepy. He's very sleepy.
Wait, let me fast forward this for a second. Hold on.
Everyone is very sleepy.
Daddy's here to take care of you, little baby. You'll get your teeth
How
one
long
day.
is this?
He's teething. He's teething. He's teething.
He's teething.
He's got gums,
That's
bro.
horrible.
Just gums. Listen. Where did your neck go?
so disgusting.
Daddy's little baby, where did your neck go? I love the inside of your nose, bro. It's got hair and things that are in there. And I don't know how you breathe. Your neck was swallowed by your...
Look, he's really out with those gums, dude. Look at those gums. He really fucking sleep, I swear.
He looks like he's out cold, bro.
Right? Well, look, he's waking up a little there. But anyway, yeah, it was fucking funny, man. He's trying to call in right now.
This guy.
What are you going to talk about in politics? Come on.
Please don't let him on.
No, I'm not. Do you know the polls?
Yeah, you're not, and then all of a sudden, I'm gonna.
No, I'm not.
Hey, why are you calling pants faggot?
I'm not. I promise.
I'm gonna go smoke a butt.
Go ahead.
Look at those fucking gums, bro.
I know. He's teething.
He just cracked his mouth open a little bit there.
He's teething the baby. He's just a big puppy.
Little baby.
I want you to wake up and kill everybody. I want you to wake up and murder.
Stop.
I want you to murder. He would be the guy that could fucking...
That is great.
Oh, God. All right, so what time do polls open up? At 7 o'clock on the East Coast, right?
I think earlier.
Really? Is it earlier?
I think 6.
6, Shannon?
It's 6 o'clock, and I'm going at like 6:30, so I'll be right back.
Now, this is what I wanted to ask you guys, and maybe you guys know the answer to this, Lucky Low and Dave. Why are there so many fucking lines throughout the U.S., and why are they telling us, bring water, bring a snack with you, you're going to be waiting a while? I'm like, so I said this to Shannon, before you answer this, I said this to Shannon, a lot of people voted, a shit ton of people voted already, so why are there lines? Do you guys know why?
Of course.
What's the deal with this?
I'll answer first. There's millions of people that are voting. So not only do people want to go physically because of the fact that if you send in a ballot in the mail, it's not guaranteed to make its way to where it has to go because, I mean, obviously, look what's going on right now.
So you're telling me way more people are going to vote this year?
a lot more people are voting physically to make sure that their vote counts.
Oh, okay. So as opposed to other years, they didn't make a big deal about
that's just
people
my
voting.
Opinion. But
Dave, is that the same answer for you, Dave, or is it?
I would include that as part of it. I also believe that some of the fraud that we've witnessed is causing slowdowns, where you've had actual situations where people are being told, "Oh, we're having a problem with the machine, but just tell me who you're going to vote for, and I'll fill out your form for you."
Oh, that's fucked up right there, dude.
So and again, when people have basically said, "No, I'm standing here until that machine works," the machine magically starts to work minutes later. So, but that's the thing, though. You have situations where the people within the system have been instructed and ordered already, fuck the system up, try to delay, try to do all this different stuff, and try to make it so that, if you find a ballot and nobody's looking, and there's a video, there's multiple, but one of them I'm thinking about right now, I think Crowder may have showed it, but
Crowder is awesome, dude.
This guy basically looks around, nobody's looking, and he opens a ballot and he fills it out.
If you guys don't know who Crowder is, go check him out. Steven Crowder. He's actually a Canadian, right? Like Dave, who knows a lot about American politics. And when I mean a lot, he knows a lot. And he's very
dual
smart.
Citizen. And
he's a very smart guy.
He lives in America and has lived in America probably for at least the last decade.
You know what, dude? He's not only smart, but he is fucking hilarious, this guy. And if you guys never saw him before.
I don't agree with, he's much more liberal than I would be. But he's still
he's got this big thing he's got this big thing against pot, though. That's the only thing I don't like about him. He despises people who smoke or like pot or want it to be legal. He just does not like that for some reason. Which is weird.
But you're right. He is funny in certain things, and the Change My Mind.
Those are great, aren't they?
Skits are good
because he gives people a chance.
Provide a great avenue.
Yeah, he gives people a chance to fucking sit there and say, okay, listen, if you're a Biden guy, right, or girl, and you're sitting there, he at least gives you that chance to tell him, okay, well, here's the reason why I don't like this person, and to change his mind. He gives them an opportunity to change his mind. And it just seems like milk. And it just seems like, nobody, that's why I said, most of the people you talk to out on the street that I've seen from interviews and people randomly speaking to people just have no fucking clue, but they hate somebody or they're going to vote against somebody just for pure hate. Because you don't like him because he's from New York or he's got an attitude or...
That's why I give Dave a lot of respect, because of the fact that Dave is, Canadian, and he knows, mostly more than a regular American knows.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Politics.
That's why I got into Dave like I did, because of his love for that and his knowledge for it. You know what I mean? I was very. I didn't know about a lot of Canadians that were into American politics, and Crowder is one of those guys too. You know what I mean? That's why I like Steven Crowder, because he's like, he's basically an American. And really, honestly, Canadians and Americans, you really want to get technical. I know you guys are a lot different than Americans. I get that, but we're also very similar in a lot of ways. And they know the deal over there. Most of them are woken like Dave, where they can tell when they're being bullshitted.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask Dave. As being a Canadian, what makes you interested in this election? Why you know so much about U.S. history? Do you feel like it has a huge effect on your country?
Yes. The saying here in Canada is, if America sneezes, Canada gets a cold. So
I've heard that.
It relates to the fact that Canada is very, very intrinsically connected to America's economy, to their national security, trade pacts, and many, many other things that affect Canada much more than America.
Yeah.
And as such, it is important for Canadians to understand what happens in America, to understand how it's going to affect Canada afterwards. And I always laugh when people think, well, you're a Canadian, you shouldn't care, or your opinion doesn't matter about America. And I find it comical, because most of the time I know more about America than they do.
Yeah, and they're telling you that, right? It's fucking.
No, I mean, that's because of the fact that it has such an effect on Canada. I mean,
it does. It really.
Same thing with all different countries all over the world.
Plus, in fact, I would think that you could consider it sort of an act of war that American citizens, celebrities per se, are constantly threatening to move to Canada because of Trump.
I know.
That to me is an act of war. I mean, we don't want fucking Rosie O'Donnell, okay? We don't want fucking...
I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you one bit. I don't fucking blame you. I don't want him either.
Well, you're getting her.
Yeah, we're stuck with him. We're fucking stuck with him. And you could have, you know what? Let's trade him. We'll make trades and shit. We'll draft some Canadians over here, and you get some Americans. All right, and we'll do like a draft of Canadians and Americans, and we'll do it that way. I definitely want Michael J. Fox, so that's for sure.
He's Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, listen to me. Most great actors and comedians are Canadian, okay? I got news for you. There's a ton of Canadian comics that are fucking amazing, and a ton of actors that are from Canada that Americans don't even realize. A lot of them are from Canada. There's a lot of fucking really good actors and actresses from Canada, you know?
I didn't know that Michael J. Fox was Canadian. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tune into the next episode of the Smug Canadians, because you're going to learn more about that particular topic, actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was surprised when I saw who was Canadian, you know, like when I looked at it, because I went and like looked it up, like, all right, I want to see who the fuck is Canadian, you know, because there was so many people that I saw. I was just like, damn, I didn't know he was Canadian. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on like Netflix of like UK actors and Australian actors that they change their accent. You would never know the difference.
You never know, man. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how some of those people can who's a good example?
Well, I'll tell you right now, the guy who played Batman in the Dark Knight and all that, Christian Bale. He could change his voice like a motherfucker, man.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Him too. Yeah, him too.
The guy who plays Wolverine.
Oh yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
Jackman.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Yep.
And you would never. I mean, this guy's
Australian there, mate. Hey, mate. That's right. Hugh Jackman there, mate. That's right now, mate. Calm down, mate.
The kid who plays the current Spider-Man.
Calm down now, mate. All right now, there, mate. All right, calm down now, mate.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, the guy's British.
I fucking love Tom Holliday.
His accent, American accent, is so fucking spot
on.
What? You never
Dave,
ever
you
guess.
are right about that. I fucking love Tom Holliday. He's a fucking great actor.
I'll
tell you.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Look at the type of accents that he does. Commissioner Gordon. He does Zog. From,
he is good. You're right about that.
Fifth Element. He did.
And you wouldn't even know it about him. You wouldn't even know it. Like, you don't even realize.
He did that movie with Denzel Washington. What was that one where it was like like a post-apocalyptic world there?
I know what you're talking about.
Eli.
The Book of Eli. It's the Book of Eli, man.
That was a great movie.
Eli got a booger. Yeah, there's a ton of them.
You should get fucking Denzel to run for president.
Well, don't worry. The Rock will be running next year.
You know who?
Well, it's funny because
who do you
Denzel
guys
actually
want for president if you could choose one person.
One person in the world?
Yeah, like
that's alive right now to run for president.
Celebrity or
somebody. All right, I'll get a pick
famous.
in there.
I wouldn't want a celebrity.
Well, you don't have to pick a celebrity.
Even though some people might consider Trump.
Chris,
all right, anyway,
Chris, you can pick whoever you want, Chris. Whoever you want.
My honest opinion, and this may sound a little crazy.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Chris, listen to me. I would.
The man's got confidence. I like it.
Like if I could put
Ken, what if I said that you could be my VP?
Well, then I'm voting for you. No, but seriously, I would like if I really had to, like, because obviously I want somebody who's smart, somebody who knows what the fuck that I think could really, really do good by us and run this country. I would like, you know, obviously I'd have to do research into who I would pick, but because whoever I would pick, I would make sure that they're smart and they fucking doesn't necessarily have to be a politician or an actor or an actress or anything like that. Just the fact that I want the person to be not a politician. I want them to be business smart. I want, oh shit, I'm talking about Donald Trump right now. Holy shit. But yeah, I want them to be smart, business savvy, a good negotiator, stand firm, be proud, and basically, I'm describing fucking Donald Trump, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So
somebody in the chat already said my choice. Snoopin' and Poopin' said Joe Rogan.
Listen.
I would love if Joe.
Listen,
Rogan
as far crazy as that sounds, listen, in America, listen, we have voted crazier people in the White House before. Okay,
exactly.
So
we've had worse.
A guy like Joe Rogan.
It sounds like Idiocracy to me, where you end up getting President Camacho. They're fucking firing a machine gun in the fucking.
Well, if you watch his podcast, I feel like he actually challenges people instead of just accepting.
Well,
did you
hear him?
Interviews them.
I don't want that for a world leader. Thank you.
Listen, did you hear him with Alex Jones, the latest one?
Yes.
He was stopping Alex because we all know Alex can just keep going on and on and on, right? And he'll go even deeper and deeper and deeper if you don't stop him.
Well, he was drinking too, so that made it worse.
Yeah, but he was stopping him to fact check all his shit, man. He was definitely making sure of that.
That's the motherfucking big frog. The motherfucking frog that loves cock. He loves the penis.
Touch my gerbil, man. Yo, I'm fucking regurgitating gurgle, man. Gurgle, man. Yo, don't touch my fucking gerbil, man. Gerbil, man. Take my left hand. My left hand. Don't touch my gerbil, man. My gerbil. See with the shit. I'm back on the street, bitch. Toast that salad with a motherfucking cake and a towel with a steak and a salad, bitch. Oh, get some lobster. Let me see the motherfucker what I'm after. Yeah, practice pastor. Wanna see you with a parachute, approach you like a pastor. And I'll pray on you.
Sylvester Stallone, 2024. I'm the law.
That's right. Yo, listen, I'm running for president. I'm holding a press conference.
That'd be pretty crazy.
What are you saying? I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm going to be the next president of the United States. Who said I'm crazy? I didn't start this war. You started it. I'm running for president in 2024. I'd like you to vote for me. All right.
Just put Rambo in the new Mortal Kombat game.
Hey, did they really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
One of the best characters
that
you
is
can get.
Fucking awesome. They put Rambo in that?
Yep.
That's fucking sick.
I like that.
11.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Hey, listen, all I know is the only people who lose, the only losers in this world, the only true loser in this world, losers in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the New York Jets.
Oh. All right, because they are the worst fucking team I've ever seen at 0-8, dude. 0-8. I swear.
You're a Jet fan.
Dude, they are so bad, dude. I swear to God, like literally, like 5 of us could go out on the field and probably beat the Jets. Like they could probably throw a couple of bums together and dress them up and put them out on the field, and they could probably beat the Jets.
That's sad.
They played the Chiefs last week, okay? The defending Super Bowl champions, the best team in football. Looks like the best team for a long time to be in football, the Chiefs, because they look unbelievable. They played the Jets, and there was a 19-point spread, okay? For there to be a 19-point spread for a professional team, you got to be pretty fucking horrible to have a 19-point spread. But guess what? Kansas City covered the spread. Of course they did. And then some. The Jets they're fucking horrible, man. I wish they would leave New York at this point and just leave, because it's been, honestly, it's a failure of a franchise. They'd never, ever, ever done anything since their only Super Bowl. I mean, 1969. You gotta say after that long, you can't win, you can't do it. You haven't even made it back to a Super Bowl. You might as well just wrap it up.
2020 was really a bad year. Maybe if you give them,
dude, it's so bad, man.
Next season.
Ken, can you come make that same speech up here to the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Why? Well, dude, they got Joe Thornton now, bro. Come on, dude. They signed Joe Thornton to a 1-year contract. They think that's going to win them the cup. Dude, Toronto is fucking they spend money the most retarded way I've ever seen a hockey team spend money in my life.
Exactly.
They just throw money out. They throw money out to whoever. Why the fuck would they give that money? It's not even much, but why would you give that money to a guy who's fucking 40 years old, who's not going to help you out to win the cup? He's not going to help that team. All right? I don't care if you have 5 John Tavarises on that team. They are not going to win ever with it's just their whole approach, Toronto. It's their whole approach. That's why they've been listen, they're as bad as the fucking Jets. All right,
that's what I'm.
They're as bad as the New York Jets. You know? I'm sitting here bashing the Jets. Well, guess what? They're just as bad as the Jets. They really
are. That's why I wanted you to come and say that speech here, so that they also leave.
Yeah,
you know, get them to leave Toronto.
Honestly, the Jets and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a couple of other teams need to just get on a boat, go out into the sea, and have somebody fucking sink it. Seriously. Just shouldn't even be in sports anymore. I mean, the Jets are fucking... It's so nice to see the Patriots suck cock again. It's been 20 fucking years. I had to deal with my coach. This guy left my team. This asshole left my team, Bill Belichick. He went to the Patriots and became a legend, right? And I had to watch that for 20 fucking years. And now that the Patriots finally fucking suck again, what do I get for that? 0-8. 0-8. My team sucks now. So the Patriots in my division, who have been running that division for fucking 25 years now, we can't even do anything because we suck anyway now. So it's like, oh great, the Patriots aren't good. The division's wide open. But what the fuck does that mean? We suck anyway. So it's just a fucking waste. There's no sports right now for me, and I feel like I'm back in the middle of COVID again because there's nothing to watch. There's no hockey. There's no baseball. I can't watch football. I will not watch it. It's fucking horrible. I can't watch the Jets. I mean, even if I watch the Raiders, it's still I just can't watch football anymore. I'm just down and out on football and my football team, and just the NFL in general can suck a cock.
The Rock is going to do with XFL?
I think it's going to suck, and he's going to lose money on it. I don't know why the fuck he even bothered. And why the fuck did McMahon bother?
Ever.
Why did McMahon bother? He turned around, he fucking put all this money into the shit, and he just turns around and sells it because of the COVID?
Well, I think there's a strategic plan there in regards to his work with The Rock and how that might go back and forth property-wise, other things like that. But I thought it was genius of McMahon to hit it up when he did. COVID just, again, hit when it did.
Yeah.
But if things had continued without the interruption of COVID, I think it would have been extremely successful.
Well, Dave,
for the fact that so many people were pissed off with the NFL and their
that is true. That is fuck. I didn't think of that. I did not think of that. And I went to the first game at the Meadowlands with Filthy. We went to the first game of the XFL in New York at the Meadowlands. We watched the game. They kicked ass. They were fucking amazing. And you know something? It was very fun to go to the game. The stadium wasn't packed. This was right before COVID dropped too. And the stadium wasn't packed because none of their games are going to be packed until if the league ever gets huge, then maybe. But right now, it's so nice to go there without having 50,000 people up your asshole while you're standing in line or you're going to the bathroom or, just being in a packed stadium sucks. But it was nice. It was fun. The game was fun. The gameplay was actually good. And it looked like there was decent teams out on the field, man. So, yeah, there was positives. And then COVID hit and dumped the whole fucking thing. And I just could not believe that McMahon sold it because it's like, you came this far with this. Why wouldn't you want to see it through? I don't get it.
He's losing more money than he's putting into the company.
But this guy has so much money available.
Yeah, but
he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not going to just throw money away. I mean, he has to pay the players and the coaches and
but why wouldn't you want to just see it through? You sell it to The Rock?
But you said it yourself. It wasn't packed.
No, it wasn't, but it was only the first game. Dude, it was only the first game.
Well, listen, The Rock didn't buy it by himself. He has part.
Right, but not a lot of it's not as popular as people think it is right now. So if it grows, then it'll make a lot more money. And I think with The Rock owning it, it's going to definitely be a big advantage for the company.
Consider this with, for example, COVID happening, the stockholders of WWE want to be assured that the CEO, who has such a large hand in things, is, involved in focusing on their business model, and don't want him just gallivanting on the side with his little project. They want assurances that he's going to be focused on what they want to generate revenue.
Well, I mean,
by selling it, he gives an image to them saying, I'm focusing my entire energy on WWE. But, having it connected to The Rock still has that ability to bring in the cross promotion, to provide the cross assistance as well.
Maybe buy it back.
There's a lot of business advantages.
Maybe buy it back one day. Maybe buy it back one day, right?
That's another idea that I have, is that, again, this is something about, I thought that this could go back and forth multiple times, sale-wise.
Yeah.
for multiple reasons. But again, it makes business sense, and it's a good way of keeping it sort of in the family.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so maybe it is a strategic thing. You're right. It just, we'll see what happens with it, I guess. I guess they're coming back not until, I think they said February or some shit that they're going to try to start.
In 2021, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
Real quick, we got Jacob Prada in the chat. He said, politics or sports, what's more stressful? And I just got to say, I don't really stress out about any of them.
Yeah, I stress out
over sports.
I'll tell you this. I stress out over some sports when the Islanders are in the playoffs and like shit like that. I get stressed. There's no doubt about it. I get like fucked up. I couldn't sit there watching the games when they were in overtime, double overtime. I was just like, so I do get stressed out with sports. Politics, I am getting stressed out about it this time around. I didn't last time because I was like, hey, hopefully Trump beats this bitch because I didn't like her. So I really didn't stress it. I was just like, hey, whatever. This time around, I'm a lot more vested in what's going on, and I really feel like the next 4 years are going to be very crucial. If a guy like Joe Biden is running this country, I think we're fucked. We're in for the huge recession, a huge couple of bad years ahead of us, a couple of bad fucking years. If Trump stays in office, and I'm stressing over that.
Going to a recession.
I'm stressing over that. So just to answer his question, yeah, I'm stressing over politics probably more. I don't know, man. Hockey, I stress over both. How about that? I answer that right there. I stress over both.
I suggest people look into what's called the Great Reset. And
the Great Reset?
Very scared.
Nobody has done the Biden or Trump donations tonight. That sucks. I mean, I fucking put them in. I mean, I don't care, but I just wanted to see him once tonight. But listen, I know that most of us that watch these shows and are in this community, most of us are Trump people. A lot of us, I think, okay, so if I was to give it like, say 100%, is 100% of everybody being Trump people, I would say out of the community, I think we're about like 65% Trump people, like 10% people who really don't know, and the rest Biden. In this community,
for me, it's more about like when I saw the video. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was that video of Biden talking about how he bribed Ukraine and he got somebody fired.
I know, and they don't say nothing about that at all, man.
There's tons of evidence out there for anyone that wants to do the research themselves.
Wait, real quick. Do you realize that they tried to impeach Donald Trump because he made a phone call looking into getting Biden in trouble for him firing the prosecutor? So technically our president almost got impeached for looking into Biden's. Well, yeah, all right. So our president got impeached for looking into Biden's corruption. That's
what got spied on his
and got spied on while he's right, and nobody's doing anything about it.
By the Obama.
Nobody's doing anything about it. Is somebody going to be arrested for that? Like, what's going to happen with that? They're just going to.
Well, it looks like Obama's really losing it right now. I feel like he's really stressed out, and you
stressed out, dude. He hit a fucking 3-point shot the other day like it was nothing, and swaggered his way out of the gym like, "That's right, hit that 3-pointer like it was nothing, right? That's right, 3 points, boom." Dude, he looks great. He's out there fucking campaigning. He looks like Barack Obama from fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, and there's like hardly anyone there.
Oh, listen, he's much more of a
pathetic.
I mean, I don't know. It looked like Barack Obama was doing a better job than Biden campaigning. It really looked that way, which is sad to say. When you have your
another guy that fooled gullible people.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
The
guy,
media glorified.
And then he got into office, dude. He literally got in office and did nothing. Like if you became president, and you said, "I'm going to go in there and just sit and just relax and just enjoy my."
He did nothing.
He
did
enjoyed
a lot of damage.
He enjoyed himself as president. He enjoyed it. He wasn't there to take care of.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you can order $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza to be flown to Washington from Chicago, of course you're living
there you go.
Lap of luxury.
Yep. And then while Biden was taking Air Force 2 and taking his son around everywhere in the fucking country and making fucking millions of dollars because he had every inkling to run again. He wanted to run again. He knew he was going to run again, and they were just building up money in the war chest. And you could see that by all that shit that they found, because of all those emails. You can see that he was like,
I know his pictures were going around.
Yeah, and everybody's got to give their money towards the big pot, which is the war chest for him to run for president in 2020. and that's the money he's using. Did you hear that Trump said the other day that Biden had, you ready for this? $307 billion in donations last month.
Damn.
$307 billion dollars.
That's a lot. I don't. That can't.
No, hold
be
on.
accurate.
Who said that?
Trump said that.
No, that's impossible. Trump wouldn't say that.
He said that today. Well, then maybe I have the amount
number
of
is wrong. 300 billion is literally
maybe million, or maybe he said it was billion over the whole time he's been collecting. They had to put out something
made in his lifetime.
Well, no. I think they said that they had to put out a thing where they showed how much they made in donations over the last amount of time running. I don't know the price, but it's somewhere out there. It's an astronomical.
Super PACs,
it's an astronomical number. Either way, it's an astronomical number that this guy raised in donations to run for president.
Right.
It's fucking insane that this type of money is being just thrown out there to fucking cable companies for commercials, for fucking, God only knows what else it gets thrown out there for. I mean, you're paying that much money to have a couple of commercials on TV.
Well, it's like watching WWE.
Yeah, but dude, where is that money going? Why is there that much money?
Event.
Even if it's fucking 20 million, it's still too much money to run for fucking president. Why does it cost that much to run for president? There's homeless people in this country. There's people who live in shit. There's people who don't have a cent to rub their name on.
They print money out, the less the dollar's worth.
There you go. There's one right there. Donald Trump.
A mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about. Like this. Don't you understand, you dumb son of a bitch? You're not wearing them.
Abel Salas, thank you, brother.
You're not wearing them. Man, did he get lucky?
Grab him by the pussy. Salas Jr.
Grab him by the pussy.
You hear that shit? The Biden one is good too, man. Bullshit. But listen to this. He's fighting. He's fighting.
He got whacked. He got whacked.
Fighting hard now.
It was all
Come on, Trump. Come on, baby.
Like this. Don't you understand?
You dumb son of a bitch.
Don't you understand?
Don't you fucking understand what this means? This is huge.
A vote for Biden is a vote for BLM.
Thank
Antifa, higher taxes, higher energy prices, less police presence, more crime, foreign wars to enrich government contractors and their families. Maga, 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 maga.
Maga, 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 maga. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a vote for Donald Trump. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for... Did I have that right or did I have that wrong?
For Biden.
Wait, he voted
that was a vote for Trump.
But wait.
No, he said a vote for Biden.
Yeah, so I think I messed it up in the fucking donations.
He's not saying he voted for Biden. He's saying in the
he's saying like a vote for Biden. Yes, I gotcha. Okay.
And BLM
Gotcha. So he technically voted for Trump because he put the Trump vote up there, but he said a vote for Biden basically is a vote for bullshit. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
Gotcha.
But he was voting for Trump. He
Gotcha.
said put MAGA, MAGA, MAGA.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Abel Salas, very much, man. Thank you. Listen, that's what I felt. I mean, most of the people in this community are like Trump or on the fence. I know I spoke to a couple of people that like still have not decided who they're voting for, and they're definitely voting. And I'm like, yo, you still don't realize who you want to vote for right now? Like, you got to pretty much have it locked down who you want to vote for by now.
If you don't know who you're voting for, you ain't black, Jack.
You got to pretty much know,
Come on. I mean, if you don't know who you're voting for, maybe you shouldn't vote.
I just don't, like, you got
the thing is, though, it's just like, wow. Like, you can't not have a decision here.
Yeah, you
and again, this is your fucking country.
Yeah, and that's
why...
You
can't complain.
That's why I'm saying you kind of got to vote.
If goes bad or whatever, it doesn't go your way. Can't complain.
That's why I'm saying you got to vote. And look what they did last time, Dave. They complained like a motherfucker. Not only did they complain, but they fucking cried. They hurt themselves. That one chick was beating her legs. Like these motherfuckers were very upset when Trump won the first time around, dude. If they win again, if he wins again, dude, man, these people are gonna be pretty pissed.
Well, it's like you guys said. He's done so much good that there's no reason for these people to be crying and acting out like that. If he's really doing all these things that everyone's saying he's doing, then what's the issue?
Can I ask you this? Do you think I'm asking all three of you guys this, and give me an answer on what you think on this. Anybody, do you think that Trump is more hated now than he was when he first ran for office, or less hated now?
Absolutely not.
Which one?
He's less hated.
You think he's less hated
He's
now?
got a lot bigger fan base now than he ever has.
Exactly.
You think that too, Dave?
No, I know that. The stats show it. The increase just in black votes alone.
Dave, let me tell you, you're fucking
Latino
wrong, bro.
votes.
You're wrong. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. You're right, dude. Goon, what up, baby?
It's the one and only Goon. It's the Goon.
Yo, I didn't vote. I refused to vote.
What a
Wait, hold on. Let's see what he... Wait, hold on. I didn't read the whole thing, so I'm
I
gonna hear.
didn't vote. I refused to vote for a party over the individuals supposedly to lead our nation. If I had a pick, I would have gone for Yang or Bernie for president and Tulsi for VP. Sure, not everyone agrees, but I believe in them more. Should I vote it, Dave?
Well, okay, so my daughter tonight, my 12-year-old, at dinner time, she was like, we asked her, we said, who would you vote for if you could vote? And she was like, I wouldn't vote for either of them. And I was like, all right. I said, so then you wouldn't vote? And she was like, no, I wouldn't vote. And part of me feels like, you have to vote, man. That's the one fucking thing we do have in this country that is for real, that's real. But then again, the other part of me is like, if you don't like both of these guys, then why the fuck would you vote? Why do you have to be forced in to vote for one of them?
No. Nobody is. The thing is, though, you have the ability to abstain. And not just to abstain, just like not vote. You actually have the ability to write or like sort of refuse to vote. It's something. It's like a political protest. So
yeah, you're right.
I know somebody that actually tried to do it.
Yeah.
And they almost got arrested for it.
What?
Because
really?
they didn't. Yeah. So he ended up just ripping up his voting card and just left, like dropped it there on the floor and left. But what they're supposed to do is when you sort of, there's a specific word, I can't remember what it is, but like you're abstaining from voting as a form of political protest, which means it has to be noted as such and submitted as such. If everybody in the country, or a big majority of people in a country, were to do that, what it does is that it basically delegitimizes the current government. It's a vote of non-confidence by the people and overrides all laws. It basically makes everything null and void, and then, there's anarchy sort of thing, like as in no government is in place, because the people have literally said, we have no confidence in the government, we're voting to not vote. And that basically, by law, would take them out of power. The anarchy that comes afterwards, I don't know exactly what it would be, but that is something that does exist in the law that many people aren't aware of.
Wait, so Dave, in other words, martial law?
No, as in like, it there's no more law, as in like if
so it's every man for himself, basically.
It would
like
basically it would basically dissolve the government. But if the majority of people basically voted by saying we have no confidence in either of these candidates or anybody on this ballot, and we're voting to not vote, we're doing this form of protest, it does, and the majority of people get that vote or do that, it dissolves the government. And that
it's always been a fact
you're going to have to call elections and stuff, but there's going to be a transition
I agree, Dave. There's always power in numbers, and I think that's what the biggest thing is about this, is that, we have to, if you have that responsibility, if you're not interested in politics and you don't really know what you're talking about, I agree with Dave, don't even bother voting.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather them not just choose anybody, which would take a vote away from that candidate, because, it's not fair. Unless you know what you're talking about, stay the fuck, out of it. It's dangerous. It can be very dangerous.
But dude, don't you think like it's too important to not like get your vote in there? Like, I mean, I don't know.
That's true. It is. And that's why people should be educated and not come to the point where they don't know enough to not vote, especially at this point and still not knowing who they're going to vote.
Yeah, but you can't force people.
No, you're right about
involved.
Yeah, but see, that's the other side of me who's like, listen, I don't like both of them. I'm not fucking voting for anybody if I don't want to. Which is you're right.
We can start shaming people like we used to do.
Well, it's
back
gonna
in the
listen.
50s.
There's already been over 100 million early votes. So, I mean, that's a pretty big turnout
That
so
is,
far.
man.
If you ask me.
That fucking is. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
how
many
can
of them are
be?
dead Democrats or dead
Well, they
voting
supposedly
Democrat?
there's already reports that are coming from credible sources that there are in fact dead people voting in New York.
Oh, here we go. So like they can already confirm that they've already registered votes of people that are dead.
Yes.
Here we go, man. Here goes the fucking bullshit.
I've heard of other places that they've had to disqualify votes and stuff.
Well,
because,
listen, it's
again,
not. Listen, that's been going on for years. It's not the first rodeo for that. But the problem is on what scale are they? Whoever does it, I don't know if it's a group or just people do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but you got to think that the scale of it is probably much larger this year than.
It's way larger than it's ever been.
Yeah. But no, there's definitely reports already of dead voters that are dead, obviously, that are casting votes.
Well, yeah, this is the biggest this is the biggest in history that we've ever going to see. So
there was a shipment of fake IDs that were intercepted from China that were basically set up to allow people to vote multiple times.
I know. It's scary because I don't want to say scary, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? Not scary.
It is scary, man. People are literally trying to commit treason.
No, it is scary, but it's unsettling knowing that your vote might not really count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning. I'm gonna wake up at like 6:30. I'm gonna get to the poll by 6:45, 7. It's right up the block from my house. I'll go there in my fucking pajamas. I don't even care. And I feel like with so much fucking bullshit going on with this election, I don't know if they're gonna just throw my fucking. Well,
I can understand your trepidation because of everything that's gone on.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
You're saying you lost faith in the system.
Okay, but then again, think of it this way,
No,
Lucky Low. Guess what?
Fucking assumptions.
Guess what, Lucky Low? Maybe he does. Maybe he does because look at the last year of our lives. Look at the last year of our lives. Maybe a lot of people have given up on a fucking lot of things.
No, listen.
You know what I mean?
I don't.
Well, you said your vote. You felt your vote doesn't count.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that directly. I didn't say
it could.
the vote doesn't count.
Okay.
So
what I'm saying is that it's and I don't mean it in the fact that my vote's not going to be counted, like literally. Right. I mean with all the bullshit, the cheating going on, that might.
Who's to
I don't
say?
know if you understand how.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yes, but at the same time, how can they cheat when both sides are going to be, looking at this?
Oh, they're going to be looking at it.
How?
They could. How it's literally.
They can. They can.
They can attempt to cheat, but I don't think they'll be successful.
I hope
it's
not.
It's literally impossible for anyone to go through this election with a fucking fine-tooth comb. It's impossible.
Well, let's look at 2016. What happened in 2016 when they said Hillary was winning and she was in the lead, and now they're saying Biden's in the lead over Trump now?
I fucking hate that.
Do you think the polls are accurate?
No, those polls are not accurate.
I don't believe the polls.
No way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is what happens every time that we
First
have
of all, I've been a registered Republican since I was fucking 20 years old.
Right.
19 years old. Never once have I ever been questioned for a fucking poll. So who are they polling? Who are these people they polling?
Yeah, but Lo, they never thought she'd lose.
I've never been solicited.
I understand that, but I'm saying just the fact of, when they tweak the polls and they say that this person's in the lead and they're really not, and he's saying that they can cheat with the mail-in ballots, it's not going to be successful.
Listen.
They can attempt to cheat. But from what he's saying is his vote might not matter because of the fact that they're going to cheat and as if they're going to get away with it.
Well,
Well, listen, I mean, at the end of the day, though, if you really look at it, if they do cheat on a large scale, there's no way of defeating that. There's just not, unfortunately.
Sure.
What?
The Supreme Court.
No,
right,
there's also no. There's basically the ability for federal agents to come into a voting location while there's counting going on. And if they find fraud, they can immediately disqualify all those votes. They can arrest the people that are in there.
But are they going to do that on? I mean, dude, my polling station right around me is like 11 places I can go to. Well, I got to go to the one I'm registered to, but there's like 11 of them fucking within a fucking 5-mile radius, not even 3-mile radius. So I mean, no federal agents are coming here.
No, but that's the thing, though. If they get a tip, and look, Project Veritas has been exposing this stuff because they've been getting tips and coming to these places where they have been doing polling and exposing the fraud that's been going on. So tips go out on election day when this is actually going on. Maybe even somebody live streams it. You've got a team come in and they raid the place and it's shut down. And sorry, these votes now, we can't count them. There's fraud here.
Well, I mean, listen, whether that actually happens or not, who knows? But,
I hope it does happen.
One thing is for certain, though, is like Lo was talking about, that a lot of people are going to be showing up in person. And that the Trump supporters specifically are very suspect of what's going on. And this will ensure that
I would never
results that show are going to be Trump landslide. Thing is, though, this now gives the opportunity for the Democrats to say, oh, we need how many votes to win that state? Oh, magically, oh my God, look at all these ballots that just showed up. And it's just enough to clinch it. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
No.
It's like the same thing on social media. If you see one of these politicians like Nancy Pelosi, let's say, and she makes a comment and they have automatically they have like 500,000 likes. Okay? This is what they do. They tamper with the system. And that's why they had that hearing with the guy from Twitter and Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook.
That guy from
and they
Twitter
did nothing about it.
Fucking hate that guy, yeah.
That guy looks like a complete cunt.
Yeah, what a dick that guy is. He really does.
I mean, you got your nose pierced, bro. Get a grip, all right? Get a grip.
Get a grip,
all
right?
Grip with your fucking life.
I know. He does look like a fucking
CEO
idiot.
of a fucking billion-dollar corporation with your fucking nose pierced and a fucking... Get the fuck out of here.
I know. He does look like a fucking idiot.
And these are the people that are fucking telling you or fucking with shit on Twitter, telling, persuading whatever the fuck, however you want to word it.
Yeah,
these
you're
are
right.
The people
You're right. You are fucking right.
Robot fucking virgin.
Yep,
Facebook.
A guy who probably never got laid in his life and fucking hated all normal people.
Probably wears flip-flops for a living.
Probably hates all the normal people.
Nose pierced. Yeah. These are the people telling you, you shouldn't vote
for Chris,
Trump.
A lot of people are awake to this now. And they know, like,
Thank
these,
God.
Facebook and all this stuff.
Not enough.
Not enough. You're right. But a lot of people understand it's more of like a tracking device, if anything. It's not. It's more or less.
There's not enough people out there that know what we're talking about. They don't see it. They're blind to it. Or maybe, listen, some people just don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like some people are just like, you know what? I live my life the way I want it. Don't matter who's president. Don't matter who's political. Who's this. Doesn't matter what Twitter tells
you. Are right about that. Some people don't give a fuck. Like they're just, yeah.
Like my neighbor.
I mean, that would be scary.
Well, really, the guy across the street from me. He could care less. He doesn't care. He just, he doesn't care. He lives his life.
Oh shit!
He's a pig.
There it is.
A con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about. Like this? Don't you understand, you dumb son of a bitch? They're not wearing their mask. They're not wearing their mask.
Working hard now.
Grab him by the pussy.
Grab by the pussy, baby.
Grab him by the pussy.
Now.
It was all
bunch
bullshit.
Of bullshit. Working hard now.
He got whacked. It was all bullshit. Like this? Like this? Don't you understand, you dumb son of a bitch? Don't you understand?
I'm in my late 20s and just started getting into politics. I know I'm late. But is it bad the older I get, the more right I lean? Also, am I the only one who thinks Trump is the most slandered president we've ever had on mainstream media?
No, you aren't the only one that thinks that. No way, man. And thank you so much for the donation, man. Listen, it doesn't matter when you get into the politics as long as you do get into them, because you're going to the older you grow, the more you're going to want to know what the fuck's going on with your country and your life and your future and all that shit. You know, when you're a young dude, you don't care, you know.
Actually, that's perfectly normal, to be honest. That is exactly how people mature.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
An old saying that goes, if you're under 30 and you're not a socialist, you don't have a heart. But if you're over 30 and you're not a conservative, you don't have a brain. Goes to show sort of like the, preferences you have, I guess, in your youth and so forth. But yeah, you end up leaning more to the right in reality. Why? Because you start to get more life experience and realize that life isn't easy.
Same thing.
Things aren't handed to you, and you got to work your ass off to get what you're worth.
Yep. Same thing happened to me, bro. I started I was always into politics. Even at a young age, I always took interest in politics, in the history of politics, more than the workings of politics. But then once I got a little bit older, I started getting into the workings of politics and how things work and how people get where they are in politics and all that stuff. And I started, it's not even research when you're into something, okay? It's having fun and looking at and reading and learning.
Natural.
Yeah, and I learned a lot about it. And I think, you definitely nailed it, Dave, what you're saying. And I think he definitely nailed it too. Yes, the older you get, the more, you care about things and you look into it maybe this what do you say? He's leaning left more?
No, leaning right.
Leaning right more than...
He leans more right as he gets older.
Yeah, and that I see too, because it's like, I don't know. It's like the more mature group and the more mature people are behind Trump, believe it or not, even though Trump is not a mature guy. But I think like the older guys, and I think like the older guys and the more seasoned people in life are behind Trump. And the more younger, inexperienced people that really haven't seen a lot in life are behind Biden. That's what it seems like, and where I live,
protected in a bubble.
Yeah, where I live, it seems like a lot of these people that are kind of like silver spoon fed their whole lives, or like sheltered from like the real world, are voting for Biden. Like that's where it looks like from my angle, from where I live. Like a lot of these, sheltered motherfuckers are like they're the ones voting for Biden. And it seems like the people that are seasoned and know and like are alert to shit in their lives and really are more leaning, left, I guess. I mean,
it's like Damien said, in a donation, that Trump has been the most slandered president ever.
He definitely has. There's no doubt about it.
The difference between all the presidents we've had, he's definitely took the most of a brutal lashing.
Yeah, 100%. He took it even worse.
In the mainstream media and everywhere else. I mean, even in the debate, the moderator was teaming up, with Biden on him.
Yeah, dude, he's taking it worse than Richard Nixon took it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say though, Nixon won by a landslide his second term, right?
He did, but
didn't the what's his name only win like one state?
Who? The guy who was running against?
Yeah, I forget his name. Tom something?
Wasn't it Dewey something or something other? You're talking about his second term, when he won his second term.
Oh yeah, right here. Here's his second term right here. So, I mean, listen, this is a shitty example because it's Nixon. He had literally every state except for Massachusetts.
Wait, hold on. Who did Richard Nixon beat in his second
George
term?
McGovern.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, so he swept it.
But according to Wikipedia, the 1972 United States presidential election was the 47th quadrennial presidential election. It was held on Tuesday, November 7, 1972. Incumbent Republican President Richard Nixon from California defeated Democratic U.S. Senator George McGovern of South Dakota.
Okay, back to the kitchen with you.
Let me ask you
520 electoral votes.
No, but what about Reagan's second term win?
Let's
look at the map on that.
Let's look this up. Ronald Reagan's second term win. Let's see.
Oh, he won
Here's
everywhere
information
except
from Wikipedia.
for Michigan or Minnesota.
Exactly. It was a total red landslide.
Dude, he got 525 electoral votes. Oh my God. Holy
it was
shit.
overwhelming.
Jesus Christ.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's like fucking.
Oh man, I hope that happens.
That's
tomorrow,
domination.
bro.
How many?
I want to see liberals literally
votes?
jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yo,
I want them blowing their
let's
heads
see
off
this.
on live streams. I want them to jump into traffic. I want to see a lot of dead leftists.
How many electoral votes did Donald Trump get in his first election?
Oh, he got a lot. He got 3 some, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
360 something.
How many electoral votes did Donald Trump get in 2016?
Well, if you said it the right way, it's electoral.
I was just about to say that.
Not electoral.
How many electoral votes did Donald Trump get in 2016?
He got 306.
English identified. Proceeding.
Dude, listen. There's a word you say that you say it wrong every fucking time you say it. So let's not even get started on that. Come on.
Can't you get a plug-in so that like it's
Come on.
like
You
what do
say-
you speak? Queens?
Wait,
You
what's the
speak
word?
Queens,
What's
New
the
York,
fucking
or
word?
what?
What is the word that he says again? What is the word again? It's a very popular word that you say wrong.
I don't fucking know, dude.
It's I know you don't know. I'm not asking you.
All right, but I just figured I'd say
wasn't
the right thing. That's why your phone wasn't telling you what
I'm
it was.
saying that to Dave right now. Dave says a word wrong for like 4 years now.
Dave does.
Yeah.
Oh.
What word do I say wrong?
It's I'm trying to think of it. It's
I've mispronounced Ghislaine Maxwell's name.
no,
I've
it's not
called it
that.
Ghislaine.
That's not that. It's what the fuck is it again? It's a very popular word when you fucking speak too. I forget it though. I forget. I remember hearing you say it, and then somebody like told you about it once, and you just like brushed them off. And every time I hear you say it, I think of like you brushing this guy off when he said it to
Now
you.
I'm interested.
Man, I forgot the word. If I think of it, I'll tell you. I forget. It'll come to my mind. But anyway, well, listen, it's not going to be a landslide tomorrow. We all know that. Like,
Hold on. How can you say that?
I don't think it will be,
I
dude.
think it
'cause
might be.
I think that they're going to make sure it's not. How about that?
No. Okay. Legitimate votes,
Yeah.
I think, are going to be very evident with the polling, and that should show a clear landslide. Now, the shenanigans afterwards. Now, that's when we're going to see potentially, a lot of influence. But I think it's going to be people are going to be looking sharp enough that they're going to notice that that's fraud.
Yeah.
Because in some polling, not polls, but they had some elections, some run-up elections throughout America, and some candidates ended up getting more votes than people that lived in those fucking towns. I mean, that alone fucking immediately red flag. You can't fucking count those votes.
Yeah, all right. See you later, Lucky. Okay, great.
He left?
Did he leave?
Yeah.
Really? He didn't
Oh.
say anything?
No, he messaged us.
Ciao, Bella.
Well, listen.
Yo, you want to see real quick? It's just
What?
funny because I was looking up Donald, the electoral map or whatever, and this is a post from May 4th, 2016. If today's general election poll holds true, Hillary Clinton will easily defeat Donald Trump, and it had Hillary had 347 and Trump at 191. Yeah, okay.
Holy shit.
See how that worked out, huh?
Damn.
Holy shit.
The hubris that they showed was just so great, so that when it finally hit them that they had deluded themselves into defeat, the salt was glorious.
So you said that Trump got how many?
306.
306.
Yeah.
And so basically...
And Clinton got 232. Now, listen, I'm looking at the map actually right now.
I'll be back in a second. I'll be back in 1 second.
So Trump won Florida, which, I mean, listen, he may not have Miami or the southern, parts of Florida, but he's going to win Florida, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Georgia, I don't even know why that's even a question right now, because right now people are saying, whatever. He's going to win that. Texas, listen, I don't know what planet anyone's living on, but if you think Texas in any instance is going to go Democrat, then you're fucking nuts. So he's going to win Texas. Arizona's a little bit up in the air because you're getting the Californian cunts that are moving to Arizona. And unfortunately, when people move, they bring their politics with them. So Arizona's a little bit up in the air. Whatever. It's 11 electoral votes. Not a big deal.
Nevada,
that's kind of a hard one. I would assume it would go red.
It's looking like it's going to go red hard. That's
Trump,
the thing, though.
I know, and you know, there was crazy shutdowns there and all, you know. So I mean, listen, let's face it, Nevada, without tourism, the state might as well just non-exist. You know what I mean? So let's just say he wins Nevada. Minnesota is looking good. You know, I mean, I'm looking at some of the fucking things rallies he's holding there, which is just unbelievable.
These rallies are full, bro. I mean, you see some of these photos of like how many people are at these fucking rallies, man.
Oh, it's
like how could he lose? How could he lose, dude? Is my thing.
Well, that's what I'm trying to go for this. He's gonna win Ohio again. I think he's going to win Pennsylvania again. I think he's been planting in, and it's true. He's been pushing that fracking shit about Biden, and I think that's going to stick for Pennsylvania because that is a huge job thing in PA. I mean Virginia, he'll probably lose again. North Carolina again. See, North Carolina a little tough because a lot of people have been fleeing where we are, the Northeast region, which I guess North Carolina,
and also to Texas too, man. A lot of people moving to Texas, bro. A lot of people.
But listen, like I was just saying to Dave, I mean, they actually have, like if you watch CNN or and listen, I don't watch all these news things to get my fucking news. I read a lot of shit, but CNN has like Texas in play.
Really?
That's like impossible. You there's no way that Texas.
Dude, you know what? Listen, CNN, they get it wrong every fucking year now, bro. I mean, it's like you can't watch these. I'm going to be right on YouTube tomorrow watching the channels that I love and I can trust, and I'll be watching them throughout the day to gauge what's going on. I'm not going to be watching TV, I'll tell you that. I'm going to be watching YouTube and the channels that I go to for my news. And also outside of YouTube, I go to a couple of .coms for my news. I'm going to be going there, surfing around, checking shit out that way. And I'm going to be paying attention all fucking day. I'm going down to my polling area very early in the morning to check shit out.
I'm going early, yeah.
You know, I'm going to bring my parents down there, my parents, Shannon. My girls want to go because they want to see what it's like, so they're coming with us. And a couple of other people that are friends with the family are coming. So there's probably be about like 13 of us all together that are going down there together. So, and I know that every single one of those votes are Trump. I know that already. And, you know, that's why I'm thinking there is probably going to be huge lines, you know, because, you know, a lot of people are doing what I'm doing tomorrow. They're going with a lot of people. A lot of people are going together to go vote because they want to get their vote in, you know? So it is, if you are voting tomorrow, get ready to wait because you probably are going to be on a line somewhere.
See, Topher, and I said it before too in the chat, that's the problem. You know, when people leave these liberal states, including mine, New York, they unfortunately bring their politics.
Wait, hold on one second, Dave.
They shouldn't do that. If you're fleeing a state because of high taxes, because of...
Yo, Cuif. We got a dono coming in, Cuif.
I guess I'm just relaxing,
Do you guys think that the
That's
spectrum
all
that
I'm
people
doing.
consider liberal or conservative has shifted? Because I feel like some people considered conservative now are considered liberal by past generations. Also, I think this particular donation is gold.
Thank you. I love that donation too, man. I do. And thank you for that. That's a very good question. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see that, no.
Go take a look at it because it's a very good question. And I don't know how to exactly answer that on my own. But thank you for that dono, man. That was very nice of you. And I do love that donation. And that was a very good fucking donation because it's a very good question. You are right. With older people, I think they do see people like, you know, as liberals and like, you know what I mean? Like some of the areas have changed. Like what they consider you to be if you think a certain way has changed a lot. Don't you agree with that?
Well, I'm trying to find the question.
Like, well, basically, he was saying how, like, a group of people used to be looked at one way, but now they're the same group. They have the same name, but now they're looked at as totally different. Like, you know, it's like, well, look at the Democratic Party in the last 20 years, how it changed. I remember after Bush was president, the son, and we went into Iraq and we went into all those areas, people in the U.S. hated Republicans. They did not want to vote a Republican president in. They did not want it. If you were Democratic and you got the nomination, it's almost guaranteed you were going to win that year. Obama won. Nobody wanted to vote Republican because of Bush. And the whole Democratic Party changed at that point, like big time, you know? So yeah, groups change, but they have the same names, which is weird. Did you see the question yet, Chris? Or no?
No, I for some reason I'm scrubbing it back.
What do you fucking got a rock? You fucking using a rock? Dave, did you see the question?
I did. I don't know. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, maybe parties change, because parties change on the spectrum of politics, and they, you know, at one point might be conservative and then lean towards the left and become more liberal and so forth. And there are many examples of that, but people don't. Yeah, well, at least normally they don't, you know. I'm looking at least at myself in this regard, is that, you know, my views have always been my views, and they really haven't strayed. I mean, I hold the same basic views as I had as a kid. And it's funny, though, because the saying that I said the moment ago, where I said, you know, if you're not a socialist under 30, you have no heart. Well, guess what? I guess I've always been the Tin Man, because I've always been conservative.
Yeah.
All my views have always been, and the funny thing is that my parents are definitely, well, they've become more conservative. It's funny though, but they're sort of hippies, you know, as in like they grew up during that time. They're boomers, and like, you know, did all the boomerish shit of going to the music festivals and all that sort of crazy shit, touring Europe and hitchhiking, you know, all that crazy, you know, and we're much more socialist.
Yeah.
In the household, you know, supporting basically it's called NDP, the New Democrat Party. So that's the extreme left, not extreme left, but it's, I guess now it is, socialist party. And, you know, I'm quite different from them.
Yeah.
I guess
so that's funny though. I guess conservatism skips a generation sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think I changed on my beliefs either. Like when I was a kid, obviously I didn't pay attention to it. Like we were saying before, when you're younger, you don't really pay attention to shit as much, you know? So like I didn't pay attention to shit when I was a kid. I mean, I knew who the president was. I knew the wars we were going through. I knew a lot of shit for my age, but I didn't worry about the future, or like worry about like, oh God, if this person's president, then my future is not going to look good. Like I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? When I was a kid. But when I started to care, I think that I still had the same beliefs and still felt the same way. I don't think I ever changed as far as like what I believe and all that. So, you know, like I agree with you on that, Dave. Like maybe groups change, but more or less individuals, you know, some people do change. Some people, you know.
Yeah, some people's political leanings change.
Yeah, but you won't see somebody going like from far right to the far left. Like you just won't see that.
But you'll see somebody. Well, I mean, yes, in America, you've had people go from Democrat to Republican, but the problem is it's a two-party system. And there's such a variety, like even in conservative, on the conservative side, the Republicans have a varying level of conservatism, I guess, in their party.
Yeah.
Just like the Democrats have varying level of socialism. So, you know, in Canada, you've got, for example, the Liberal Party, which is, I guess, the Democrats, and then the Conservative Party, which is the Republicans. And then you've got one that's even further to the left called the New Democrats. But you guys don't really, I guess the Green Party, maybe, or...
that would be, would be considered to be... Oh, shit, look who's calling in. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself. The great one, Tommy NC. Tommy, a guy who voted already for Trump. Tommy, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling good, but feeling kind of like discouraged right now because like I'm going through TikTok and just like everything is political, gang.
Well, yeah, it's the night before fucking,
A lockdown is when you say the fuck inside.
A lockdown is when you stay inside, Tommy. Do you realize that? But
Next weekend, it's going to be.
But Tommy, listen, you're getting mad because, I mean, this is very important. This is a very important thing tomorrow, right? You get that, right?
I know that, but
I'm sorry, it's interfering with your quality TikTok time. But the presidential election is a pretty big fucking thing, especially this election, Tommy. And I can't believe you're the only guy in the world that probably is like, you know, man, this election is fucking up my TikTok. I swear, you're the only guy in the world that fucking probably feels that way.
Well, what's going on is these false narratives are in fucking TikTok. Like, that's what it is the false narrative.
Oh, so you're, all right, so let me get this right. You're more or less pissed because you're hearing bullshit about Trump?
Every 5 seconds, I'm like at my phone, fuck you! Fuck you!
Whoa.
Fuck you!
So
like,
you're...
That's how I am with my phone. Like, I'm just like, bullshit, liberal bullshit, fuck.
So
Tommy, that's literally me fucking listening to liberal talk radio or fucking reading headlines on a newspaper or fucking on Twitter. Like, dude, you gotta just accept the fact these people are fucking retarded. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, they're going to spew the dumbest shit. And on top of that, they're going to make a scene about it. So, like, oh, look at me. Like, oh, I'm such a victim. And, like, oh, Trump is so bad. Like, he hurt my feelings. Like, yeah, you're going to have to just let these people, like, just wait until tomorrow when he wins. And these people fucking, their heads explodes. And then that's when TikTok's going to be funny again, man. That's when these people are literally going to go on TikTok and cry their eyes out and act like little bitches, and we're all going to get to laugh at them.
I hope so, like we did 4 years ago. I hope so, man. Abel Salas! It's the man himself, Mr. Abel Salas Jr. It's Mr. Abel Salas Jr. What is up, Mr. Abel Salas Jr.? Abel!
It's not that we don't care. We know the shaking is there. We keep on shaking. We shaking on the world to change.
Do you hear the news? A lockdown.
On the world to fucking change.
Lockdown.
Political parties do shift. JFK would not be allowed into today's DNC, saying things like ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. He would be excommunicated.
Dude, you are so fucking right about that, man. You are so right about that, man. You are fucking dead on accurate with that, bro. I got to give you respect on that one because you are so right. A guy who was beloved like John F. Kennedy, okay, would not even be considered a Democrat today, would not even be accepted into the party. You're right. I agree with that. Dave, do you agree with that? Because, dude, he used to say shit that is totally against, like, what they believe now.
In certain things, yes.
Yeah.
Especially the pro-American stuff. The stuff that was the New Frontier speeches, the attempt to...
The banking system.
Encourage and, inspire the nation into, again, leading the world in... scientific developments and the push for freedom and so forth.
Tommy, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? You think Trump's going to win and we're going to be all right and we're going to find out?
Trump is going to win.
What do you think, Tommy?
All right, it's like a coin flip. It's like the game of chance.
So you think it's down to a coin flip?
It's I said like the game of chance. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know which side's going to land up.
You do.
No, you do know what's happening.
Trump's going to win.
You do.
And the Democrats are going to try to commit fraud.
This is what I want to do.
Happen.
This is what I want to do. I want to give predictions before we end this show, Dave. So I want to get your prediction. And Tommy, give me your prediction right now. What's going to happen tomorrow?
It's going to be nose to nose. Like it's going to be reds over here and blues over here, and it's just going to be like a pancake. It's going to be such a humongous tie. Like this country's going to be divided down in between being red and blue. Like it's just going to be knuckles breaking. Like,
so you think it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out, fucking fight?
Yes, and like it's gonna be so hard to break down to see who actually got the win.
I hope you're wrong about that, but and obviously
that was very succinct political discourse there, Tommy.
Obviously, Dave does not believe that. Dave, do you want to give us what you think is going to happen tomorrow or the next couple of weeks or whatever? What do you like? Do you want to give us that? And I'm going to end the show pretty soon. I just wanted to get predictions.
We have Crystal here. I don't know if.
With you being Canadian, why do you care so much about the election?
Well, he discussed this earlier.
Thanks for tuning in.
I could tell you real quick in a quick terms. He basically, and I'm sure he could too, but he basically said that a lot of the stuff that happens here affects Canadians, man. Did you not know that? Like, Canada's affected a lot by the decisions our retarded politicians make here, and all that shit, man. So it's like, it affects them, bro. It does. So I mean, that's one of the things. And then why wouldn't he pay attention, Tommy? Think about it. Like, why would he just not give a fuck? I mean, I know you don't give a fuck who's elected president in Canada, but I guarantee you, if you lived in Canada, you'd be probably paying attention to American politics. But anyway,
words, son.
So, Dave, what do you think,
Chris,
man?
What does Chris think? I want to.
What does I think about what?
You want to hear him with his first?
Yes, let's do Chris first.
Chris, what do you want to give us a prediction about tomorrow or in the next couple of months, or what's going to happen? And
with the election?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think will be the outcome tomorrow?
Well, I don't think we're gonna. Well, I think we'll know a handful of what's going on tomorrow night. I personally think if there's no cheating going on, that Trump is going to win a lot of states that the Democrats might think that they gained back, like Pennsylvania and Florida, stuff like that. Do I think Trump's going to win? Yeah, and I think I don't want to say landslide, but I think it's going to be a victory, regardless of what it is, whether it's fucking 8 electoral over or fucking 80. He's going to win. And the only way he's going to lose is if they somehow decide to manipulate the election.
All right, but now, all right, so, but what do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, do you think that like, he's going to win? Or, like, do you, like, what's your guess?
Yeah, I think that Trump will win again, yeah.
And
I think he'll be reelected, yeah.
And we'll know? Do you think we'll know, like, soon?
I don't think we'll know tomorrow.
No.
All right. I think we'll have a good idea of what's going on.
All right. So you think we'll have a good idea?
Someone the other day said this, and it was actually pretty smart, and this is what they're going to do tomorrow night, on Fox at least, is they somehow will have the data for early voting, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to compare, and it's kind of a hard thing to do, but they're going to, because this year is obviously way different than last year. This election is way different than the last election, especially with COVID and shit. But they're going to somehow, like, they're going to match up the data on both parties with early voting numbers, and they're going to make predictions on states if they're not going to be able to call them right away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They're going to be able to listen, I don't know if it's going to be 100% accurate, but they're going to be able to somewhat predict from that type of data that they get and comparing it to the last election. If they say, all right, Trump has, 5% more early voting and Biden and Democrats are down 5%, it's kind of safe to say that, all right, Trump's going to win this state or Trump's going to possibly win this one. So I think that's what it's going to be at. I think we'll know some states, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's going to be like last time. I mean, I remember staying up. I think they called it at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember Hillary fucking didn't even come out.
Yeah, and I I was on the edge of my seat there, literally, and I remember they called it at like 3 a.m. or something, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that. They called it that, Trump is your
Well, it
next
reminded
president.
me of that one year when Bush and Gore went against each other, and we didn't know who the fuck was president till like weeks later. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, and that wasn't even a case like this. You know what I mean? Like this is a severe, difference between the two. So who knows? You know what I mean? Listen, one thing I'm really scared of more than anything, fuck Biden, right? Is they can't figure out who's president by January, whatever. I think it's 1st or 2nd or whatever. And guess who's president if they can't claim a victory?
Don't even say Nancy fucking Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, is the actual president of the United States.
Dude, if that happens, if that happens, bro.
For sure.
And listen, as much as a Biden-Harris presidency scares the shit out of me, really. That scares me even more. Just the possibility.
I agree.
Just the possibility of that. You know what I mean?
I fucking
because
agree.
she is one fucking delusional, evil fucking human being.
Yeah, I agree.
And that would not be good. And it would be even worse if she, let's just say, for argument's sake, she did become president for like 2 months, let's say, and then it turns out that they, call Biden the winner. That would even be even worse. That would even be even worse, man. And I hope that doesn't happen, though. I hope that doesn't happen.
Well,
and listen, listen. You can also say this. It can also be. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Look at
Have
these
you
rallies.
taken a breath yet, dude?
Listen, shut the fuck up. You talk for fucking.
He does. How could you say that, Dave?
If I'm saying it, I think it has some value.
Out of all the people in the world to say that.
I know my faults.
Out of all the people in the world.
Please respond. 18 minutes straight about fucking, DeLorean fucking time travel. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo. So listen to this. Did you hear that shit about that they're going to be at polling places tomorrow and trying to intimidate voters? And they said that Trump actually, they're accusing people from Trump's election team for trying to get people to go to election spots to intimidate people.
Actually, that kind of, I kind of wanted to finish up the response to what I think think will happen.
All right, go ahead. I just was
reading
that.
That's why I said that. Too, all right?
Okay,
you dick.
Okay, yeah, I will. Okay, so hold on. Let me look at my clock. I want to make sure that
it's
I'll do it in 60 seconds starting now.
No, I don't want him to make it quick.
What's going to happen? We're going to see some interference. We're going to see some intimidation, just like Ken was referring to. We're also going to see basically a clear win. And I do believe that it can be called tomorrow. It's going to be predominant. It's going to be demonstrated by people who are voting in person. Those will be demonstrated early on. We are going to see interference from different sources. We're going to see manipulation with computers. But I do also believe that we're going to see the discovery of these things, and they're going to be essentially exposed to the public. We're also going to see riots start fairly early in the day. We're going to see
that's already been happening, though.
I know, but we're going to start to see that go
he's laying
into
it
the
out.
night. I've got about 15 seconds left. And basically, as the night goes on, we're going to see massive riots spread through the country. We're going to see massive displays of violence, arson, and it's going to go on probably for a few days. I'm not sure if Trump's going to pull in the National Guard or the military. And see.
What we might see is riots at the voting polls of liberals attacking Republicans, possibly.
Tommy, your stash space seems a little more predominant nowadays. Like your stash space.
Yeah, it's like, well, this still connects a little bit on that side, but it looks a little better. You got it going a little better. It looks a little better. It looks like you trimmed it down a little.
That mustache, though, it's covering your lips.
Yeah, I don't like when the hair grows over your lip. I hate that shit.
Yeah, you need to take the buzzer and you just gotta just hit your lip.
You look good, but that mustache looks like it's from like 1880. Like
like before they invented razors.
Yeah, like 1880 called and it wants its mustache back. You know what I mean? Listen to Donald here real quick. Listen.
American and citizens instead of holding them high. Where Joe Biden sees American darkness, I see American greatness. We've seen heroic doctors and nurses racing into action to save lives. We've seen first responders helping strangers in need. We've seen the passage of historic legislation to save 50 million American jobs.
Grab him by the pussy. It was all bullshit.
All right, real quick. I mean, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. My prediction is I think this is exactly how it's going to go out. I'll make it quick, too. I think tomorrow we're not going to find out who's president. We're going to be able to gauge that I think we're going to be like, okay, Trump won. There's no way he lost by looking at all this. They're not going to say who won. Trump's going to come out and declare himself the winner. The Democrats are going to come out and say, no, he's not the winner yet. Not all the votes have been counted. This is going to drag out all the way past Christmas. And then right around like January time, they'll try to tell us that Biden is president. And then Trump's going to come out and he's going to tell everybody, this is bullshit. I'm being robbed. And Americans that want me to be their president need to stand up and fight this. And we're going to go into a world fucking wind of garbage and craziness. And that'll be around January. So tomorrow we're not going to know who's president. I have a feeling we're not going to know. I hope Dave's right, and we do know. But I have a feeling that it's going to drag out for the next 4 months or 3 months, and we're not going to know. And come inauguration time, they're going to pull some shit, and they're going to try a switcheroony on us. And Trump's going to come out outright and tell us to basically go to war for him. And if he does that, is he right? Is he wrong? Well, if he's right, and we do have to fight for a president that was really elected and is being, robbed of the election. What do we do? That's our responsibility to fight that.
That's not a possible scenario.
I hope not. I mean,
he has the Marines. He has the military. These people are already on record committing treason. He could snap his fingers and have these people arrested. Why they're not in jail?
Yeah, why the fuck aren't they, man? It pisses me off.
He's been letting them sort of, because here's the thing. I've read some things where because of Obama and how he pardoned a lot of these criminals, they can't try them on old shit. So they have to let them continue to do what they normally would do, traffic kids, fucking commit these crimes, treason, so that they would be caught up in this latest dragnet that they could hold them accountable to that wouldn't be covered under an Obama pardon. So, that's a possibility. There's something obviously is going to have to be done.
You're talking too much. Shut the fuck up.
You're such a dick, Chris. Well,
no, that's perfect.
At
least I respect that. He's the first one who has the balls to do it the right way. You're talking too much. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't think you were talking too much, and
no, I was just breaking your balls.
Listen, I
gotta think I was talking too much.
I hope you're right, Dave. I hope the fuck you're right. I really hope you're right, and I hope that I hope Trump wins this and it's over and we could get back to trying to get back to a normal life of somewhat, like some kind of normalcy.
Well, the problem is, listen, it's a double-edged sword. If he wins, there's going to be chaos in the streets. And I don't think anything's going to get normal for a little while.
If Biden wins,
and the other edge of that sword is if Biden wins, people like us are going to feel like life isn't going to be normal for the next 4
we're going to
years.
be fucked if he wins.
3-month lockdown.
Oh, we're going to be
what
fucked.
Biden said.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
well, Pete Buttigieg today was saying.
I hate him.
Well, I know he's such a fucking
hate that guy. A fucking weirdo.
He was going, because he's a big,
bitch,
Biden constituent or whatever the fuck. And he's like, oh, well, we're not going to rule anything, take anything off the table when he was asked about a mandatory lockdown.
Well, that's what's her name said too. Like, we have plenty of quivers in our, plenty of arrows in our quiver or whatever the fuck. Like,
and if they do a major lockdown, a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs, okay?
Even more.
Be losing their fucking mind.
Yeah.
and I got news for you. The numbers that I've been reading about suicide and beatings of wives and kids is a lot more, and I hate to say this, it's a lot more scarier than the COVID deaths, which the numbers are way skewed.
Yeah.
Way skewed. I wouldn't be surprised if 15% of the actual quote-unquote COVID deaths are actual COVID deaths. I'd be surprised if it's more than that. So the people that are killing themselves over this and losing their job and losing their house because they can't pay this, pay that, that to me is a lot more detrimental and a lot more scary than the fucking
suicide rates.
That's what I mean. Through the roof.
Yeah.
They're through the roof.
They are. They're
They're
high.
through the
They're
roof.
the highest
Some
it's
people
ever
can't
been.
mentally. It's people that are suicidal, right? And I'm not really speaking from experience here, but I would assume a thing like a job is, something that might
Crucial to them. Yeah. It might
be crucial to their mental stability. You know what I mean? Money, financial things, that might be crucial to their, not killing themselves. And, you can't strip that away from people for what? You know what I mean? I understand virus, whatever, but come on, the numbers aren't even accurate. Let's be real here. Numbers are fucking way skewed, fake news. You all right there, Tom? What you doing there?
Well, Chris, I'll tell you this.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'll tell you this. In 2016, when they were telling us the polls, right, leading up to the election, and even during the election that night, right, they were showing us the polls on all the channels, right? They were all relatively the same. All the polls and all the judgings on all those channels, all the shit channels, all the fake news channels, and even Fox can be thrown in there. They were showing all the same polls that Hillary Clinton literally was winning. She's going to win. She basically won it, right, at that point. And then at the end of the night, when Trump finally at 3 a.m, he won, and he came out to give the speech when he won, and it was official, he won. Everybody was in shock because they were like, holy shit. The polls for the longest time were telling all of us that Trump wasn't going to win. He just wasn't going to win, and he wasn't winning, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we were all shocked, like, wow, the polls really were skewed. They were fucked up. They're not right. It's bullshit. So the last 4 years, we've been all saying this shit, that the polls, you can't trust them, you can't trust them, you can't trust them. So, again, it looks like Biden was in the lead for a little while leading up to today, right? And I don't even know where he's at now. I mean, I don't know what the official bullshit polls that they have out now are. I don't know. I think it's pretty tight, like the official polling. I don't even think it's real, but I think their official fake polls are very tight right now.
Yeah, well, some polls have Biden up a handful. Some of them have him even. But yeah, the polls
That's
about
why
a fucking week ago were like Hillary and Trump.
We'll see.
Where Biden was up 14 points.
That's what I'm afraid of, dude. That's what I'm afraid of, because this year it's like they've gauged them much closer than they did when they were like really outright lying to us about the polls. So
well, maybe they, maybe
what if
it's
they
still
really
bullshit.
Well, what if it's not bullshit this time around? They really are taking the polls, and it really is like a good feed of how the voting's going to go.
Listen, most of those polls, man, you have to read where they're polling. So first of all, most of them are like fucking 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 500 people.
Yeah.
And there's age groups that they list. So you gotta read into that. And when you see national poll, that's not a poll with fucking 250,000 people. That's a poll of 10,000 people from throughout the country. I'm sorry, but that's
Sometimes
not an accurate.
Yeah, sometimes less. Yeah,
that's not an accurate picture.
No, it's not.
Of what people are thinking, and I think it's stupid that polls even exist. To be honest with you,
I know. I think it is stupid too, because you really can't. A poll is like it's all bullshit. The way they do
Guys,
it,
We had a poll here that said a majority of Canadians support what Trudeau was doing in regards to COVID-19. How many people were sampled? 1,000. In a country of 35 million.
I know. You're right. That is funny.
But Dave, that's how the polls are here too.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Bunch of
they
bullshit.
poll 1,000 people, 500 people,
and stupid people
believe
are influenced by it.
Yeah, you're right. They're influenced by it because now they'll say, well, you know what? It seems like all the people are voting for this person. I'll just vote this person. Fuck it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, bang, that person gets a vote because our news is totally bullshitting us and lying their asses off to us and has been for fucking so long.
And they use it to demoralize people to think, oh, well, Biden has so much support. I guess voting Trump isn't going to help, so I might as well not go out.
I want to root for the winner. I'm going to vote for the winner, right? They'll be like, I'd rather.
real voter suppression right there.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it is. Like,
and Facebook's involved with that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
tomorrow are you early voted?
What?
I was asking Ken, are you going to vote tomorrow? Are
yes,
you,
I'm going tomorrow. I'm picking my parents up. Me, I think so. Me, my wife, my parents, my kids are gonna come, and a couple of neighbors and a couple other people that are friends of the family. Like 13 of us are going at once. So, we're gonna get our votes in, and I mean, this is how I normally vote anyway. Like I normally go down there with my family, not 13 people.
The Southside Syndicate is gonna go vote together like a family.
That's right, baby. We're not called a syndicate, though, brother.
Oh no.
No.
Sorry. It's an outdated term. I'm sorry. It's
no. That's a Chicago term.
Ethnically insensitive.
It's a Chicago term. That's what that is. It's a Chicago term. Can't steal from them. Fucking Al Capone couldn't make it in New York. That's why he went to Chicago and took over the place. You know what I mean? That's the running joke with gangsters from New York, right?
Is it, eh?
Oh yeah, bro. They all
That's
say
how
it.
they shit on Chicago.
Well, they shit on Capone and Chicago at the same time, I guess. I don't know.
Couldn't make it in New York, so he went to Chicago.
I heard that. Well, they used to say shit like, "Over here, he was just a regular gangster. In Chicago, he ran the place." But Capone wasn't one to fuck with. But anyway, yeah, I mean, listen, tonight's going to be crazy, and we'll see. We'll all see, man, what's going to happen.
Gotta stay safe.
Yeah,
Be
Dave.
vigilant.
Thank you for coming on tonight, Dave, with us. And
a pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And Chris, you too, man. And Filthy, shout out to him. We'll talk to him tomorrow, probably. I think he's going to be around at some point during the night. And Lucky Low, shout out to Lucky Low for coming in.
Are you guys
tonight.
doing a stream tomorrow?
Yes. Covering
it live? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna be on live probably like a couple of times during the day, and then at night. Probably at some point at night I'm gonna be on at some point at night. And I just hope that we know who wins, but who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see. Tommy.
Yeah, well,
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, we'll talk. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about, man. Next time we come on, I guarantee that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tommy, what's your day tomorrow? You don't have to vote, right? You're already done with that. You're just gonna sit back, relax tomorrow, and watch the elections and shit.
I have a dentist appointment tomorrow.
Oh, that sucks. I hate
it's
the
just
dentist.
Cleaning. That's all it is. It's just a
Yo, I
cleaning.
haven't been to the dentist since I was like 16, and I haven't had a problem with my teeth ever since.
Wow.
Well, that's good, man. Yeah, I was at the dentist last year.
I don't believe in the dentist. I honestly think it's kind of a snake oil shit. Yeah,
fucking shit. No way, man. The dentist at one point saved my life. I had such a bad toothache, bro. Like, no, I believe in the dentist. Trust me.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, all right, yeah. If you have a toothache, that's one thing. But I'm saying like the whole you need this every year. You need that. That's bullshit.
Well, the cleanings.
Listen, my
and shit.
uncle's 76 years old. He hasn't been to a dentist since he was like 14, and he has the most perfect teeth you ever seen in your fucking life.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
What is he, fucking George Washington? Fucking got a pair of fucking tusk teeth, right out of a fucking elephant. Could you imagine walking around with tusk for teeth? Hey, at least you're not Abraham Lincoln. You had fucking wooden teeth.
No, I think that was Washington.
Was that Washington? Yeah, all right, whatever, Washington. Tommy.
Yeah, what's up?
I love you, Bubby. Thanks for coming in tonight. The great Tommy NC. He's going to be chilling tomorrow, getting his teeth cleaned. And maybe if you're around.
Mustache trimmed.
Mustache. Dude, one time, I don't want to tell that story, but one time we were driving around on this little boat and we saw this island when we were camping, and we pull up to the island and we get out and we go in there and there's this like little fire pit. So we gather up wood and we light a fire and we're sitting there, and it was like in October, so it was a little cold out. This guy pulls up next to us, right, in a boat. And he's got a mustache, like, those mustaches that curl up like that and that twirl?
Yeah.
So he pulls up and he's got like one of these mustaches. And I knew as soon as this guy pulled up with that mustache, I said, oh, fuck, here we go. Someone is going to say something to him about his mustache. I knew it because I was there with like 3 other people. And I knew one of them or myself was going to say something. And the guy's like, you can't be setting fires up there, right? And I'm like, number one, there's a fire pit. Number two, we're on a fucking island in the middle of water. How could the fire get out of control? We're on a fucking island in the middle of the water. And the guy was like, oh, you can't start fires. I'm like, why is there a fire pit? And as soon as I said that, I heard Filthy come from behind me, and he's like, hey, calm down, Mustache Mike, like that. And I was like, oh, no. And the guy's like, my name's not Mike. And he didn't get that Mike was calling him Mustache Mike, like on purpose. Like, dude, it was so fucking funny, but he had this fucking mustache like this, dude. Kind of looked like Tommy a little. But yeah. Tommy, if you keep letting that grow more, that fucking mustache area, you're going to have a twirler, bro. Seriously. You got to shave it. It's on the lip area. I can't do that. I have to shave the lip area. If there's hair that goes over my lip a little, I fucking get all annoyed with it. I can't do it. How do you live like that?
I just do.
I just do. Tommy, I'm just kidding. You gotta go.
I just How do you live like that, Tommy?
How do you live like that, Tommy? You go. Tommy, how do you live like that? I just
Tommy, how do you have your mustache like that, man? How do you live like that? I just It's like farting out of his mouth.
Tommy, how do you live like that?
I just do it.
Oh, Christ.
He got mad and hung up.
Oh, shit, man.
Fucking jerk.
I know, he gets mad. But anyway, that was nice of him to stop by and just yawn for a little for us.
Tommy, you want to come on tonight and yawn? Yeah, you can.
I'm just going to come on so just to yawn. I just do. Tommy, are you tired? I just do.
Oh, shit, man. You won't be saying that when your wisdom teeth start kicking your ass. I already have my wisdom teeth in.
My wisdom teeth is kicking my ass.
All right there, Jacob Prada. Don't you have a fucking bar mitzvah to host with your fucking microphone?
Jacob Prada. What's up with Jacob, man?
He said you won't be saying that when your wisdom teeth start kicking your ass.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
My wisdom teeth are already in. I don't.
Yeah, wisdom teeth are no joke, though, man. Those shits fucking hurt, man. God damn, do they hurt.
If they start coming in at a later age, but mine are already in.
Yeah.
I already have them. All my wisdom teeth are in my mouth.
Do you believe my father just got a wisdom tooth pulled?
Now, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure later on.
70 years old, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but did he always have it?
I don't think so. Or maybe he did. Maybe he did. I think he did. I think he had it for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, I think I'll be on during the day tomorrow a couple of times, checking in, maybe do a couple of streams throughout the day. Tomorrow night, I'll definitely be on. I'll tell you that, knowing, like, even if we don't know what happened, I'll still be on tomorrow at some point. Yeah, it's going to be some fireworks tomorrow, man. Whoever you are out there, whoever you're voting for, get out there and vote, man. I mean, I know some people don't want to even vote, and I get it, but you know, you're better off voting, even if it's, for the lesser of two evils, so to say, I guess. You know? That's what my sister's doing.
What?
That's what my sister's doing. I spoke to her before, and she was like, I don't like Trump, and I don't like this other guy. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I knew that's how you felt. And she was like, yeah, but what do I do? And I'm like, well, you just vote anyway.
Vote for Trump.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, if you don't like the both of them, vote for the guy who's at least in there, I guess. And she was like, I can't vote for him. And I'm like, so you're going to vote for a fucking pedophile asshole, fucking girl sniffer, little kid sniffer? And she was like, no, the way she's like, you put it that way, absolutely not. Like, she's not, I'm not voting for him.
The fact that you need to even put it in that way, that people forget so easily.
Yeah,
he's such a creep with that, man.
Dude, look at the photos of him kissing his granddaughter.
I know,
man. It is pretty creepy,
dude. I've seen them all, bro. It's fucking creepy, man.
It is creepy as fuck, dude.
Or the fact that Hunter Biden probably fucked his niece, Natalie.
Oh my God, what is he, bullfrog? Jesus Christ, no.
Bullfrog probably would like I could see him laying there.
Sorry.
No, I could see Bullfrog like he's at a family party and he's sitting in the basement
and he's like this. He's like, hey, Uncle Roger,
you wanna fuck?
You mind if I fuck your face right now in front of the family? See my hogger? You wanna suck my fucking hogger?
Uncle Roger, do you wanna fuck?
Fuck my ass. Fuck my ass. Fuck my nose. I fuck my nose. I fuck the fucking nose.
I fuck my nose.
Fuck my nose.
Guy's a fucking waste of life.
He hates Filthy, bro. He hates Filthy because Filthy fucking just totally disrespects him every time he comes in. He's just
yeah, me too.
I know, but it's worse with Filthy. Like I don't know, maybe
when I hung up on him that other night.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
ago,
and I thought you didn't know who he was when you first came back. I was like, oh, you never really ran into Bullfrog before. Meanwhile, I was like, duh, you forgot the whole past these two guys had. They fucking yeah, I forgot all about it, dude.
Yeah, he asked me, he goes, kind of Chris, do you find me sexy? No, you fucking faggot.
Do you find me sexy? Do you find me...
Oh, Mexican spickhead.
Do you find me...
Did you hear the clip he said the other day, Chris?
Oh, my God.
I did. I heard it.
Yeah, bro, I played
it. Ken, I listened to the show last night that you did with Mars and all that.
You heard it on that show last night, right?
Yeah. I heard you play it. Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
A lot of folks who thought that, well, the president's made great.
It was pretty bad, that one. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, don't it's one thing if you. I mean, you should joke about it at all.
Yeah,
but
you
whatever.
went hard, bro. Like some of that was definitely racist.
That was
goddamn.
No, that was straight from the hurt.
Yeah, that was from the hurt. Definitely.
Yeah, that was definitely from the hurt.
Let's listen to this real.
This wasn't. Oh, I'm going to trigger somebody.
No.
This is how I speak on a normal basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Kennedy is from MTV back in the day?
Yes.
She's that little cute chick. Cute chick. She's on Fox now. Did you know that?
No.
I think she's a political commentator.
Yeah, she's a political person on Fox now. So she has Giuliani on the other day, right? And listen to what she says to Giuliani. You ready for this? Listen to this real quick. This is fucked up.
Something here that is fishy, that is causing Americans, it's giving them pause, and other stuff that might have been completely adulterated over the 18 months. And
I want to get your thoughts after this, Dave, and then we'll wrap it up, all right?
Yeah.
Some could say that you were acting like Christopher Steele, that you were abstracting information, and because...
You got to be kidding me. I was acting like Christopher Steele?
That's what it sounds like. When you look at the people that...
You better apologize for that. I mean, I've been a United States Attorney, Associate Attorney General, Mayor of New York City, and a member of the bar for 50 years. I've never been accused of anything, and you're accusing me of being Christopher Steele?
I'm accusing you of acting in a capacity similar to Christopher Steele, and that you were going back and forth between Ukraine
an obstructor of justice
and the United States.
What you are saying is an outrageous defamation of me, of my reputation. Every single thing is here, and I want you to look at it, and then you apologize to me.
Look at it.
Well, you can come to my office and you can look at it, and tomorrow night you can apologize to me for saying I'm like Christopher Steele. I told you there are underage girls there. There are. I told you there are documents that show that he's getting 10%. There are. There are documents that show that he's getting half of what Hunter gets. There are. And when they're there, I want you to apologize to me because you just defamed me.
Absolutely.
And that's outrageous because you have no basis for that. I came on your show in good faith to give you evidence that is being withheld from the American people, and I get defamed. That's outrageous.
All right. Are you still working on behalf of the president?
I think our interview is now over.
Huh.
Yeah, good.
What do you think of that?
Fucking cunt.
You believe that shit? She sandbagged him. She sandbagged him, bro.
Yeah.
She fucking sandbagged him.
Shit.
That's why I'm saying Fox News, like Fox, they want
Fox sold out long ago. I mean,
they sit there and they act like they're all high and mighty. They act like they're high and mighty, bro. Fox. They act like they're high and mighty, like they're the truth seekers and tellers of. They are not. Stop with this.
The only good thing on that channel is Tucker Carlson, and you know that he's good because even Fox has actually censored him and punished him for covering things
I
that
do like Tucker. I do.
Revealed all this stuff that the establishment wants. And obviously Fox works with the establishment. So they've got to provide a little bit of stuff for people to say, oh, well, they're not totally biased. But every other show is totally fucking, critical of Trump and using lies and so forth. It's so transparent, though.
Yeah, it is. But I'm just getting really, you know what? I'm glad this election
cunt needs to be slapped in the face with 1,000 dicks.
She should have been fucking fired for that. Like, you sandbagged this dude. He's
no,
not like.
Man, she sucks somebody's dick to be there. She's
a fucking white claw faggot. First fucking. Oh my God, what is that?
Chris, how do you feel about this guy?
You're a fucking white claw faggot.
He's a white claw faggot.
They are.
A white claw faggot.
Who did I call that?
That you called me that, dude.
No, I didn't. You're a fucking white claw faggot.
Yo, real quick, here's Tommy NC. I told him, do me a scene like you're in a scene and you're playing the chick in a porno. And he was like, "Oh, you got to give me money. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing it. I gave him $40, and here is what Tommy did for me.
Faster. I want you to stroke it faster. That's it. Oh, you're making my pussy so wet. Keep doing it. Fucking do it. Oh, God. Grab those fucking nuts. Massage them, baby, before I rub my pussy all over that dick. Oh,
God. I told him I'd never play it on air, and I did. I'm sorry.
Why is he saying his pussy?
I said, you got to act like you're a chick in this porno scene. I said, you want to really be an actor? Then act out a porno scene. And he did it. So there you go. Just think of that tomorrow when you go for election. Just think of that voice coming and fucking... All right? Well, guys, thank you for coming on, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow, I'm sure, and let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking interesting day.
It's going to be a big one tomorrow. It's going to be a big one.
Lock and load, people.
Yep.
Stay frosty.
It's here, bro. It's finally here. Everybody be safe tomorrow. Make sure you get your vote in. If you're not voting, oh well, you're not voting. But for the people that are voting, get in there, get your vote in, be heard. Fucking... this is it, man. We'll see what happens. Everybody be safe. Talk to you soon. Be on tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.